And we are live. Welcome to Untitled. I'm your host, moderator, R. Jones. Let me just start this disclaimer real quick. Whatever I say, don't listen. I'm no expert in any shape, form, fashion, so don't get upset. Don't get your panties in a bunch. It's okay. It's strictly entertainment and a little bit of serious as well. So just be easy, all right? Because I had to throw that out there real quick. But I'm joined by my man Dom, formerly from the Bronx, now living in the Carolina. And now we have my man Jose in the house. He was with us before when In the Paint was on. And it's been a minute, but he's back. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Jose. Welcome back.
How you doing?
All right. Appreciate you guys being on with me tonight. Yo, we got a pretty good lineup tonight. We're going to start in the lane of the NFL with the New York Giants and their running back Saquon Barkley going through these contract negotiations. I got to tell you, honestly, I was thinking about this earlier. Do we really have to pay these guys that? I mean, and it's going to sound possibly crazy, but is it me or is having a running back, a stellar running back, all that important in which we're going to be paying upwards of 10, 12, 14, $16 million per season? You know, and Barkley's a great running back. I'm not going to take that away from him. But at the same time, I don't know. To tell you honestly, I really don't know about paying top money. And from what I heard, the last offer that the Giants put up and he refused it was $14 million per. It's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for you to turn down. And I understand your self-worth and your listen, because they were 9-7 last year, 9-7-1, last year, and it was mostly because of Barkley. Because during those first several games, he was there. He was the man. That was it. He was doing everything, outside of Daniel Jones, but it was Barkley's team. You understand? But at the same time, I don't know, man. I think you could get a replacement. As crazy as it sounds, but I'm just saying. I'm just talking. So I'll leave it to you guys real quick. Jump in.
What do they say? What do they say? Our life expectancy rate of a running back is 3.5 years. So he's right around that time, minus the year he missed.
For sure.
So, you guys are the football experts. We go down this road. We go down this road every year with the NFL.
Exactly. But you're right.
It's non-guaranteed contracts.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'll let the football guys talk, but in a way, I could understand wanting to hit pay dirt as soon as you can, especially as a running back.
Right.
Because look at Ezekiel, look at Elliott, the kid from the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah, Ezekiel.
He's gone already, ain't he?
For sure.
I was about to say that same thing about Ezekiel.
Yeah.
Did they pay him too early or did they pay him too late?
Too late, I think.
I think too late, exactly.
I agree.
According to the NFL standards,
right.
Too late. And now he's gone, ain't he? He ain't on the Cowboy. They cut him, released him, whatever they do in the NFL. Not pay him.
But the running backs in the NFL, they just get chewed up and spit out. The only ones that really going to get the money is the all-time transcendence. When's the next time you're going to see another Adrian Peterson that's going to give you 2,000 yards 4 years in a row,
but see,
5 years in a row? You're not going to see that.
No, you're not, and you're right. You're not going to see that because the game has transcended.
They rather have two running backs, maximize two guys, get 20 carries apiece, and what, 4 million for one, 3 million for another. That's 7 million for two running backs. That's better than 14 for one.
Well, not only that, it's a good point. But again, what about the short route passes to these running backs?
Right.
And whatnot? They're not carrying the. They should. I don't think they're carrying the ball as much as they used to. Excuse me.
You're right, Art. They sooner save that money. They sooner save that money and have 5 wide receivers.
You might as well. I'm just saying. Oh, by the way, guys, we're joined by Reggie and also my friend David Sanford. How you doing, Dave?
Hey, what's up? What's up, brother?
Good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Yo, Jay, I see you in here, dog.
Can I interrupt a minute?
What's up, Reg? How you?
I'm hanging in there, brother. I'm hanging in there.
Dave looking mighty handsome without no hat.
Pretty boy.
What do they say, Dave? No homo.
No homo, man.
So
no. That might get you punished.
Oh,
Is that
God.
the first time you haven't wore a hat, Dave?
No, second time. The first time you said I didn't know you had hair.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So let me bring my dudes up to speed. We're just talking about the Saquon Barkley situation, and his contract and whatnot. And basically what was said was like, me personally, I'm like, well, the running back to me is getting phased out in the way they used to be used and whatnot. You would see guys get like 25, 30, 35 carries a game, typically. You understand? Now you got the quarterbacks throwing these little out passes to them gaining yards. You got the use of 2 running backs. This is why I can't really justify, paying a running back $15-16 million a year when Dom had put out that the expectancy, the life expectancy of a running back is like 3.5 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3 years.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, and I agree with Dom said, you want to cake out. I get that too, but there's got to be some type of medium. There has to be. They really do.
I agree with what you guys are saying. I think it also depends on what kind of offense you intend on running.
Right.
If it's predicated off of the running game, then that means the value is greater. I don't know the Giants if they're looking to be a pass type of option offense, then then I can see that not being worth it. But some teams might want to hide the inabilities or the weaknesses of their quarterback and then rely more on heavily on the running game.
Right.
I don't know that that's the case with the Giants, though.
I mean, we've seen Daniel Jones. He had a great season. I'll give it to him. But then again, I looked at the schedule last year, and it wasn't that impressive. This year is going to be much tougher. So I think this will be a better barometer of where he's at in his career. So I could see them like kind of hiding Daniel, you know what I'm saying, not putting him out there and throwing Saquon to have like a major brunt of the offense with his running and pass receiving skills as well. The Giants, they got this guy from the Oakland Raiders, Derek Waller. He's going to be inserted in the offense, obviously. You understand? So I see more passes. A much more passing offense for the New York Giants this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
but that's the going rate in the NFL, ain't it, guys? Just more of a wide open, get it downfield as fast as you can.
Yeah,
more opportunities.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that these leagues are whether it's the NFL or the NBA, they're very trendy. And, they follow formulas and what worked with somebody else, and then they try it. So but to your earlier point, and you mentioned this also in the group, where the running back position doesn't have the same prestige as it used to have.
Right.
I mean, when we were coming up, every team you knew these guys.
For sure.
And the big names on each team, whether it was Walter Payton, Franco Harris, these guys, and the offenses moved in tandem because even a team like the Steelers, when you look at Franco Harris, they had Terry Bradshaw, but and then they had those great receivers, but they balanced them.
Right.
So I just don't know that we're in that kind of league now. No,
we're not. Right. As a matter of fact, I think the NBA commissioner Adam Silver is probably running things with the NFL because you want to see more offense. You understand? Right. So that's why we get the crazy games where your quarterback. Now I'm not talking about just Daniel Jones. I'm talking about other guys that are quarterbacking. They're chucking like 45, 50. 55 attempts downfield.
Because you can't hit him. You can't hit him no more.
Right.
That too.
Yes. You really can't hit a quarterback no more.
That's very true.
Exactly. This is true.
It's like, can you imagine in today's game? I don't want to show my age. Maybe some of y'all heard of him. Chuck Foreman. How many running backs back then were great wide receivers like he was?
Right.
He come out the backfield. He looked like a wide receiver.
Yeah.
And how did that change? That changed when.
Are you talking about the running back from San Diego?
No, if you remember, guys, and I was a little upset when the Giants drafted my boy from Penn State. He was that guy. You know, he was that come out the backfield, run the ball. He was running back kicks at Penn State. He was like probably the most versatile running back we've seen in quite some time.
Right.
And did he not? I hate to say, sacrifice 2 years of his career with the Giants. They weren't jack his first 2 years.
Well, they didn't have a quarterback either,
or an offensive line.
They didn't have no line.
Yeah,
no line.
He's running,
You're right.
Trying to run like he was in Penn State. I'm like, this guy ain't gonna last. Yeah. And then what happened? He got hurt.
Right.
And now he's on what, year 3 or 4?
I think it's 4. I think.
No, I think he's in year 5, but I think he missed what, maybe 1 or 2, if I'm not mistaken.
No,
I know he missed 1 year, almost the whole year.
Yeah, 1.5. 1.5.
Okay,
1.5. So I think it's year. I think this is year 5, if I'm not mistaken.
You could be right. But again, like I said, man, Don put up that that stat, with the 3.5. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think it's gonna be money not so well spent. This is just me, in my opinion. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And I like the guy. I think he's a great talent, but the life expectancy again, it's not long for running backs.
Not only that, but it's also the control. Because when you're an owner, they got 3 years under their rookie contract, and then you could just franchise tag them, and when they decline, you could cut them.
Yeah,
there's no guaranteed money in the NFL. That's where it really hurts the running back.
Good point. That's a good point. Exactly. So
because the smart move
we discussed that, guys.
Yeah, smart move would be to free him to max him up as soon as you get him. You get a rookie contract, give him 5-7 years where he's getting $7-8 million. That's better off than you trying to pay him 14 when he's 30.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
This is his 5th year too. This is his 5th year.
Oh, this is 5th year. Okay. Yeah, but you're right, Jose. You know what I mean? I'm like, listen, not an enviable position for the Giants to be in right now. I'm sorry, I got to keep it real. Hey, you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna do?
What's that? Look for a younger running back, I guess. I don't know.
They should.
Yeah. It's not an enviable position, but these numbers, it's all BS anyway. With the money, like you say, the non-guarantee, they throw these numbers out there, and but they're not like you and me looking at our bank account. And those numbers are very real,
right?
And have consequences behind. They write things off.
Yeah, you're right. Well, we'll see how this situation pans out. Let's do some moving on to Dom's favorite subject, his topic, NBA. We got the free agency coming up. I think it comes up June 30th is when they could start negotiations about contracts, but it doesn't go into effect, I think, until July 6th, if I'm not mistaken. First of all, before we get to that whole free agency and trade talk, let's give a shout out to the newly crowned NBA champions, the Denver Nuggets. I was thinking about this earlier, and I was just thinking about, repeating. I know it might be, maybe it's too early.
No, it's never too early because they were talking about repeating before they even won.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just saying. But at the
time, I don't know if that was a shot or what.
It could have been. But
no, it wasn't a shot. But I saw the whole thing with Chris Paul and somebody posted, and there was Chris Paul and wanting to join them for their repeat.
Right.
And
the
series was still going on.
Wow.
At that point.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yo, that's so sad. He's ring chasing like that.
I don't know that he said it. I think it was one of those things where they put up a picture and somebody puts up one of these AI-driven quotes.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I was thinking about that whole repeat, and even to an extent, I even hate to even admit this, dynasty, which I think is. I don't like using that word like that. I really don't. When I think of dynasties. And I'm going not just in the NBA. I'm thinking New York Yankees.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Steelers, even the Chicago Bulls. That one, I'm just saying.
Bulls,
I'm thinking. It seems like everybody is so much in a rush to give these titles away.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? I'm like, yo, pump your brakes, relax. Let's see their overall body of work, so to speak, before we start designating them these words, these titles.
That's because you're old.
Right, like me,
and like we all are. That's not just you. We all.
No, I'm just saying. I think it's
we come out of a different era.
We're 50-ish.
Yeah, exactly.
I will say this, guys. I'm gonna go out on a limb right now. I said Denver would win in 5. They won in 5.
They did.
Yep.
They will win the West.
Yeah.
Okay.
They will win the West next year.
Okay.
If you look at their team,
they're good in the West.
Yeah, they're good in the West. You look at their team, guys. All your major parts. I think Gordon might be the oldest.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you got Murray, Joker, Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon. Throw anybody else out there to make the 5th guy. I mean, I don't want to look it up, but I'm almost certain Gordon might be the oldest, and he ain't that damn old.
No, he's not the oldest. Jeff
Green. Yeah.
Jeff Green is the oldest.
Yeah.
5. I'm saying
starting
5.
Their core 4 pieces.
Yeah.
First of all, 3 of them, and I'm not going to go out on a limb. I love the way people say that. Bill through the draft. They struck pay dirt. Let's not forget, Michael Porter Jr. was touted to be the best player coming into college and going out of college. He should have been a number 1 pick.
Yeah.
Hurt his back. Denver took a flyer on him. We didn't want to take a flyer on him because he'd have to sit out a year, but we took Kevin Knox, who sat out 5 years.
We already know this.
The wheels on the bus went round and round. But now you see who this Michael Porter is. So he had a couple of bad games in the championship. He's got an upside that you can clearly see. The kid could shoot. He could jump. He could get to the basket. Murray, who almost missed 2 years, just like Porter Jr. So these guys in dog life are 2 years younger than they really are. That's the crazy part about Denver, guys. They'll take the West because I don't see who's going to stop them. But again, we got to wait till see what transpires during free agency. But remember, guys, there ain't that many studs out there this year in free agency.
No, there isn't. There's not.
And this new CBA that's trying to gear teams away from the big threes, which we've seen haven't worked. This buddy shit really hasn't worked in quite some time, hasn't it, guys?
Trust me, I'm aware.
Yeah. I ain't throwing stones, I'm just saying they ain't the only one. They ain't the only one.
Right.
So they'll win the West. But I'm looking it up right now while y'all talk.
Okay.
Aaron Gordon, 27 years old.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah. He's older than all the other ones. They're starting 5 at least.
That's crazy.
Nope. Joker's 28.
Okay.
28.
That's crazy.
It
doesn't even seem that long ago when he won
under 30.
That dunk contest.
There are 4 guys, 28, 28, 26, 24.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, what are you going to do with that, guys? Now,
it's not like they were just built. They've been playing together for 3 years? That's consistency.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
But like I said, Jose, you minus the years that Porter missed, Murray missed. Again, in dog years, they're 2 years fresher than the average Joe that's 26, 27 years old.
That's true.
Because they missed. But again, Denver treated this problem like it wasn't a problem. Remember, guys, not to go back, Jamal Murray wasn't a starter. He didn't come into the league and, wow, I'm the starting point guard. No. He was a backup. Joker was a 41st pick. The highest pick was Gordon, who wasn't drafted by them. He was drafted by Orlando.
Exactly.
And they got Porter because nobody else wanted him. Imagine that. You're taking a flyer on a guy you know is not going to play this year. But we're going to let him sit with us. We're going to let him ride with us. We're going to let him watch the NBA at 19 years old.
Right.
Watch the wheels.
Yeah.
And now the guy averaged 18 points this year. As quiet as it's kept, he averaged 18.5 this year.
Right.
6, 7 rebounds. 26 years old.
It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
And he got freedom because you got Joker, you got Murray, you got Aaron Gordon, so you got a lot of one-on-one. You don't have to worry about being double teamed and being focused of defense.
Exactly.
Right.
Too bad
So
our buddy Bishop ain't on the line because y'all remember what I told you. The key to the series was going to be Aaron Gordon. Not for his offense, but what he was going to do to Jimmy Butler on defense.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we've seen what happened. Obviously.
We sure did.
I think people forgot because all they remember Gordon from is the slam dunk contest.
Of course.
Being the man on all. They forgot how good of a defensive player this kid was.
Yeah.
And he proved it the whole playoffs, no matter who he was checking.
Yeah.
You know, if I'm not mistaken, guys, they only lost 4, 8, 12. I think they was 16-4, 16-6, the whole playoffs.
They had a very impressive record.
They swept the Lakers.
Oh no, I thought
they lost.
No, didn't they sweep the first round?
They lost, I think, 4-6, guys. I don't want to have to go back. It's 4 or 6, but they.
I don't think it was that many. I don't think it was that many.
Yeah, because
in the first round.
Shit, I gotta look that up.
Phoenix?
Was it Phoenix?
No, they didn't play Phoenix in the first round.
I don't think it was Phoenix.
I think they lost 2 to Phoenix.
Was it Minnesota? No.
That.
Yeah, Minnesota, right?
It was Minnesota.
Yeah.
They swept Minnesota, right?
They swept Minnesota.
So it might be 4. They might have went 16-4, guys.
Okay. I think they lost 1 at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, they swept the Lakers.
Miami.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Miami never won another game. They never won another game.
Yeah, like 3 or 4 games, pretty much. Maybe even 3.
Yeah.
Right.
So you look at that and you look at, again, we're all old enough to watch the flip-flop. When the East was strong, the West was weak.
Yeah.
West. Now it's the West's turn.
Yeah.
They got too many guys out there that, that low management, whatever they want to call
availability,
it.
the availability question mark.
And what did that do, guys? 65
Nothing.
games. You don't qualify for player of the year, MVP.
That messes with their money, though. At that point, it messes with their money.
If it's in their contract, Jose, a lot of these guys don't have no incentives like a.
No, everybody has the You have those. If you make the All NBA first team, then you get the Supermax. I'm talking about young first 2 years.
Okay.
That's where it plays into those.
Got that, so it's too late.
Yeah.
God bless you. God bless you, Adam Silver. You're a day late and $1 short again.
Right.
I always say, guys, not to change the subject, give me 2 things this guy has done good as the commissioner, and I'll surrender.
I can't.
Yeah, I'll surrender.
Yeah, they need to put a stop to that load management. I think that's a bunch of crap.
Reg.
Oh,
he did.
beautiful.
65 games. How many games did Embiid play this year?
Who?
Embiid.
65.
Oh, come on.
Oh, please.
65 games. Yeah.
I can't be the dead horse on that one. I'm gonna be quiet on that. I'm gonna be quiet.
Reg know how I feel about Embiid. We talked about that for years.
Yeah. It's no. I can't because somebody might pop in and pop off on me. Nope, I'm good.
No.
Come on, man. Come on.
Not on this show.
No, we know. We know.
You cannot be 7 feet and trying to be a shooting guard. You can't do it. Sorry. You got a guy 6'4", 6'5" guarding you. Why are you not backing them down, taking it to the post?
Because this is not the game they want.
No, man. No.
Well, that's the call, Anthony.
And I'll show you losing basketball every time. That's playing losing basketball.
Right.
How many times was Marcus Smart checking Joel Embiid?
Exactly. That should not happen.
No.
That goes to basketball intellect, though, because when they did that to Joker posted him up and put him in the post real quick.
Exactly.
Real quick.
I'm not saying who deserved the MVP. Bishop is not on the line yet.
Oh no.
But
I'm just talking about basketball knowledge. That's it.
We're just talking based on how we played basketball in our lifetime. Sure. I know if a smaller guy was guarding me, I know where I was going.
It's sad. It's sad to see what Denver's going through. One, when they swept the Lakers, the next day it was all about LeBron might retire. Not Denver swept them. Congratulations, they're moving on to the championship.
Right.
Okay, forgive and forget. They beat Miami in 5. Now you're hearing, who did they play? Well, if your ass didn't lose, you might have had a chance to play them. But you lost. You lost.
What they beat? The last three NBA championships coming out the West? The Suns, the Suns, the Lakers, Golden State, something like that.
Conference champions too.
Exactly.
Because the Suns
But
didn't win
also
no
the ones the last three that went to
They
the
didn't beat
championship.
Golden State. They didn't play Golden State in the playoffs.
So,
they was trying to tell us that Joker didn't have to go up against Embiid. Well, to my man Jose's point, I think that's his name, right, Jose?
Yes, sir.
To his point, maybe Embiid would have got there if he didn't let a 6'4" guy guard him.
Exactly.
Put him in the rinse cycle.
Exactly.
You can't
Exactly.
you can't say, damn, Dave would have did better.
Yeah.
And Dave got knocked out. So
right.
I hate that argument because what is Joker supposed to do? He can't play the games for these guys. They've got to earn their wage just like he did. So if they didn't, whoever showed up, that's who played.
What? Yeah, exactly. You play what's in front of you. You play who's in front of you. That's it. You can't do nothing about that.
Yeah.
No.
Let's be honest.
No.
Skipping over Embiid, I'm happy, but I'm even happier because I even told y'all if he don't get to the conference finals, he's out of a job. I said this last year, guys.
Leave Doc alone, bro.
It's time they get rid of.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He's not even news anymore. He's not even news. Let Doc rest in peace.
No,
whose fault was the Philly debacle?
Say what?
Is Doc's fault for the Philly debacle?
It has to be.
The year before that, was it Doc's fault?
It has to be.
50. I'll say 50-50.
All right, we'll go 50-50, but I'll say this. He's a guy had a chance to close out again this year. You're up 3-2.
You can't put that on.
Not 3-1.
You can't put that on Doc, bro. You can't put that on Doc.
Yes,
you can't. Sorry.
No, he did the same thing, and he did the same thing with the Clippers.
He did it with 3 teams.
He has a history of that. He did it with the Magic.
Okay, listen. I understand what everybody is saying. Yes, you have to look at the coach, but at the same time, if I got a 7-footer that's demanding the ball at the 3-point line, hello, what am I supposed to freaking do at this point?
Coach him.
Pull him?
Coach him. You're the head coach.
Coach him.
Wait a minute. You're the head
coach. I can't coach a millionaire.
In the NBA. There's no more coaches in the NBA.
That's another subject for another day.
We're not going to go there.
In the famous or infamous words of another Philly legend, malpractice.
Right. Hey, you know what? In the last, I think it's this year. Between this year and last, 4 coaches that have won championships have gotten fired.
Yeah.
Right.
Most of them had less time on the job than Doc.
Isn't the last 3 championships coaches all fired except for Steve Kerr?
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Nurse. Yeah. Budenholzer.
Got another job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Monty
Williams.
Monty Williams.
He didn't win a championship, but he got to a championship.
Yeah.
The guy that coached the Lakers.
Vogel, yeah.
That bubble don't count, man. That bubble does not count. Stop it.
It absolutely.
I will say it to the ends of the earth. The bubble does not count.
You play who's in front of you and wherever you are.
That's it.
Darn that.
But it counts. It really does count.
That's a tournament. That's a tournament game. That's an AAU tournament game. That ain't the NBA championship.
Thank
you. You know what?
Guys, trust me. I'm with you, but
it only doesn't count because LeBron won.
Right.
It's not even about LeBron, though. To me, to everybody else, it is. To everybody else, it is. Okay, so I can turn around and say the Spurs championship against the Knicks don't count either, right?
99.
Strike, Thornton City.
Strike,
yeah.
You can say that. I never did. I never said that. Look. However, the games are set up.
Right.
They're set up for somebody to win, somebody to lose. So
remember
they won. I can't take anything away from them.
Remember something, guys. I know me and R and Dave. I don't know if Reggie was with us as hard now, as back then. You remember, guys, when COVID hit, all of us was like calling it a day.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh no, I was there for that. I was there for that.
You was there, Reg, right? Remember what I said?
Yes.
Oh, damn. May 15th, check stop.
Yeah.
What happens? Remember, at first, nobody wanted to play. Nobody wanted to go to the bubble. I guess they got the memo that, hey, guys, again, you put money over safety, over life. So now we got to say, you know what? Whoever won the chip, won the chip. Some of them didn't want to play in the beginning, but they played.
They played.
And
bottom line.
You got a champion.
Yep.
And it's weird because that lost this year, lost that year too. Miami.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Denver got knocked out in the conference finals.
Right.
Yep.
So
remember, they were
the only
missing
ones
that
that
key
really
piece.
profited, guys, were the Lakers, to be quite honest. Because you know how they profited, and we brought this up too, guys, if y'all remember. Anthony Davis, civilian clothes, got a 3.5-month break. Or he might have been injured before the playoffs.
Not might have.
He would have.
LeBron was having injury problems.
Yeah.
So everybody got a break. So it kind of sort of helped the Lakers along the way.
And
Denver lost Murray. Denver lost Murray that season, right?
That's what
they lost
in the playoffs,
season.
if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Yeah, he tore his ACL.
Yeah. So
I remember no travel. They just moved from one hotel to another. That was it.
That was it.
Yeah, exactly. The only way I would argue that it didn't count would be if it was a situation where the Lakers were the only team that didn't have to travel. Everybody else had to travel to them, but everybody had the same conditions.
Right,
basically,
we all had the same conditions. So because whoever won is going to claim and raise that banner. If the Lakers had lost it, believe me, people would have said it counted, and it counts against LeBron.
You already know.
But the bottom line is the union went to the players. The players went to the union. The union went back to the owners and said, we're in. So once you said you're in,
all bets are off,
guys.
That was it.
You know, the gloves came off.
That was it.
Say what you want. It was like Reggie said. I'm with Reggie, guys. That was a strike shortened season. But again, if it wasn't a strike shortened season, would the Knicks have even been to the playoffs? Would they have been an 8th seed and rode this wagon to the championship? Would they?
Exactly.
I don't know.
Now, mind you, and I say that, and I definitely was rooting for the Spurs.
Whoa.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry.
Your boy Sean Elliott. I know about you, Reg.
Thank you very much. No, let's say it again, Jose.
Sean Elliott, Arizona, baby. I know you, Reg.
Thank you. Okay. That's who I was rocking with.
Oh.
I told him a long, what, since 2000 what?
About what? 2004, 5?
Yeah. Yes, 2005.
What were you saying?
No, Sean Elliott. I was rocking with Sean Elliott when he was in Arizona.
Okay.
And when the Spurs drafted him, I was like, thank you, Jesus.
Man, you a closet Spurs fan, Reggie?
Wow, Rick.
Yeah.
No, I'm not closet. I never hit that dog.
He liked that left-handed mid-range. Left-handed mid-range.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, something RJ Barrett need to learn. Oh, did I do it again?
Don't worry about it. We'll get to that team later.
8:34, and we've already gone down.
Yeah.
This might be a new.
But I learned something new.
Yeah.
I learned something new. Reggie was a closet Spurs fan.
There you go.
Why we gotta say closet?
He said I'm not. He said I'm proud.
Oh, so when did you become a Knicks fan?
Remember, this is his
month.
This is his
You
month.
become a Knicks fan.
Hey, listen. No matter what happens, you gotta rep New York. It doesn't matter, bro. It doesn't matter where you at. Doesn't matter what. See, you in Charlotte, you rep in New York. No,
I've been everywhere, so I had to represent my city.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, New York goes everywhere. Remember that.
Whatever.
I'm gonna find out where's Reggie's route that he works, because I'm gonna dump some trash out there.
You could do that. You can do that. I can't guarantee you it'll get picked up, but you could do it.
I know your route.
Let me move on. Some more stuff, man. Some more stuff in the NBA. We got the Washington Wizards and guard Bradley Beal open to trade discussions. You know what? I think it was on In the Paint, and I could be incorrect, but I forgot who was saying that Bradley would not leave Washington. I can't think of who said that at the time.
Might have been all of us, huh?
It could have been, but it's funny how that changes. Now you're open to being traded. The unique thing about him, which I learned previously, is that no trade clause in his contract, which means he is basically determining on where he wants to wind up.
Right.
You understand? And that right there could lead to Washington not getting the haul that they may expect to trading this guy. You understand?
Yeah.
Because if it's difficult for the other team, he's going to veto it. Period.
But you know what? At the end of the day, Washington could say, deal's up. They ain't obligated to trade him.
Well, they're not. But then now you risk
a contract too.
Now, of course. But now you risk having a malcontent on your team.
I feel like we've had a scenario like this not too long ago.
All the time.
Who were we talking about that demanded a trade or something, and it went to a soap opera?
Okay.
Which one?
Kyrie, John Wall, pick one.
Kyrie. I was taking a shot at R there.
Yeah, I saw that.
It sounded familiar.
Yeah, whatever.
But if I ain't mistaken, Durant started it first.
Yeah,
he did. And then that came from his burner account.
Right.
He was hacked.
There's many burner accounts.
There you go. It was backtracked. He backtracked on that.
Yeah. With Kyrie, Kyrie goes full in on everything.
No, flat Earth. Flat Earth.
Mm-hmm.
But what do we think about this Bradley Beal deal? I've heard several teams are linked to him, like Miami's one. They even mentioned your team, the Knicks.
They always mention it.
They always got to mention the Knicks. Exactly. I get that.
That don't count. No. Just like the bubble. That don't count. Exactly. Don't worry about that.
Hold on. He's only 29. He's only 29. They don't make the trade to anyone under 30.
There you go.
I heard Sacramento.
Yeah. Sacramento
might be in the mix.
Right, exactly. They even put
that's a good look.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
With that team they got, that's not a bad look. It all depends on who you got to give up to get him, but
that's what I'm saying. Who are you gonna give up?
Well, I don't know. I guess
if they hold on, guys, let's just think of this long short term. If they hold on for just a few seconds, and Kuzma's going to opt out, they're trying to move Porzingis, who's going to take that contract. He's going to opt in, but then they'll have the ability to trade him. So in other words, if you don't have Kuzma, you don't have KP, they're having a yard sale.
Yeah.
So where Beal might want to go, he might just go, irregardless of the pieces they get. Throw some draft picks in, and because that's the direction they'll be going. They're not going. They got rid of what's his name, the Oriental guy. What's his name? Hachimura. They got rid of him during the season, so that was one wheel coming off the bus.
Isn't he in LA?
During KP,
he's
going to get rid of Beal. You got to get rid of him because we see where you're going.
Right.
And that would be kind of like torture,
Kind of like what's going on in Portland, right?
Yeah. And that may be a good spot for him.
So a malcontent for another malcontent?
It definitely would be a good spot for Zion when we get to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They don't have a lot of eateries in Portland.
Right. They don't got a lot to do, So.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Yeah. Well, like I said, I think I don't know, man. I kind of like that. Right now, they're saying the heavy favorites are Miami to land this guy. That's what the scuttlebutt is.
They also said Miami was heavy favorites for Dame Lillard. So, we'll see. I mean, I hate
you
this
got
time
Pat
of year.
Riley. Pat Riley is he throws some rings on the table and he's willing to give up anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
He's different.
Yeah, this is true.
But you
Yo,
know
come
what?
on.
At the end of
Scrooge?
the day, guys, I am not
Martin?
knocking Miami, but you can keep saying that culture all you want. Talent beats culture.
Yeah.
You could have the greatest culture in the NBA. If you ain't got the horses, I don't care if it's Pat Riley or Pat Robinson. You ain't winning. You ain't winning. You can put all them rings on the table you want, but talent beats culture, and we saw it. I mean, let's be honest, guys. I ain't gonna say Miami just hit pay dirt and may have gotten a few breaks along the way, but come on, guys. They was one win away from getting knocked out in the play-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what? Come on. Let me just throw something at you real quick, Dom. I don't think there's an NBA team that could do more with less, so to speak, than the Miami Heat. Okay. You understand? That to me is an unquestioned fact. You understand? You can't even debate that. They do so much more with less. And again, I gotta give props to Riley. I definitely gotta give props to Spoelstra.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Those guys deserve all the credit in the world to me.
But at the end of the day, like I'll even take out Knicks for a minute. Okay. The Knicks kind of sort of overachieved this year with the talent they had. 5 seed, 5th seed, 12 games over 500 with the smoke and mirrors team they had. Did they? Kind of. I'm a Knicks fan. I would say, yeah. And to think how they started, but then how they ended, and all the discontent they had. Who should we trade? RJ Barrett can't hit a bunny. Whatever the case may be. Fire Tibbs for the last 20 years. You know, Knicks fans with their one-sided mind forgot. You know, the 5 years before we had Tibbs, we lost 367 games. You know, we had 17 wins twice. Didn't get shit out of it except Kevin Knox.
Right.
And Frank Ntilikina and Porzingis. So you want so much, and I'll be the first to admit, guys, the Knicks, they overachieved. Now, should they have beat Miami? Yes.
They should have.
They should have.
Yeah.
They should have beat Miami.
I can agree with that. Yeah.
They had a clear path to the conference championship. Believe it or not.
Did.
They did. Or not, they had a pretty clear shot. When Miami beat Milwaukee, the cards came off the table.
Yeah.
The Knicks had a shot to make it to the conference finals.
For sure.
So,
there's no question.
So can I throw something out there real quick?
Please.
I'm just gonna play devil's advocate. Does Spoelstra lose his job?
Hell no.
No.
Hell no.
But you see where I'm going with it, though.
Yeah, I know where you're going.
Where are you going? I don't
story.
Okay. We just talked about it in the last segment about the coaches that just won the championship. And they lose and they get fired. Why is this guy not getting fired? And he's been to the conference finals how many times?
Because he's better than all of them.
Exactly.
He was handpicked by the GM and president of basketball operations. He replaced me, the great Pat Riley.
Right.
Come on.
He ain't going nowhere.
Be honest, guys. We just went over, like R said, how they do it. What do they do it with? They end up doing it.
Yeah, and I think the thing for Spoelstra is that the other guys, they did it. What they did with like one core group, where Spoelstra has done it over time with different iterations of the Miami Heat. So I think he gets credit for that.
So how does Budenholzer, he's a year removed from running the championship?
Yeah.
How does he get fired?
Because he sucks, bro. But he sucks. His adjustments his in-game adjustments are horrible.
Yeah, right.
They're horrible.
And that's what
sucks.
He has no offensive plans. None.
Thank you. None.
And believe it or not, the wheels came off of Monty Williams for the same reason. Let's not forget. We'll go back to the championship year. You won the first 2 games of that championship. You didn't win another game.
No.
You got basically gentleman swept.
Right.
The next year, you get blown out at home in a game 7. This year, you got blown out again at home in a deciding game. Come on, guys. You see where we're going with this? You could avoid it once, twice, 3 times. A charm, man.
Yeah.
I will say that about Budenholzer, though. He kept them competitive, guys. Him and Nick Nurse. In that kind of market, where it's very hard to get people to come there. They struck pay dirt with Drew Holiday. Struck pay dirt with Middleton. They drafted Greek Freak, so we can't add him. But you think of what they put together in that market, and the year they won $88 million into the luxury tax. A small market team, almost $90 million into the luxury tax. They came home with the gold ball.
Right.
You could say Budenholzer couldn't do this, he did it that year. But the difference between them and Spoelstra is just better, Reg. I mean, whether he wins another championship again, here's the tricky thing, guys. His contract's up after this year.
Oh, but he's going to take short papers. He's not interested in that. He's not that type of coach.
Is he going to stay in Miami?
He'll stay.
He ain't going nowhere.
He has a safety net. What are you talking about?
Come on.
Be there as long as Donna Haslam.
Remember, LeBron said him or me, and they said bye, LeBron.
Yeah.
Right.
And he was young. He was a young coach.
Riley said no more something like no more false. I don't know, but he was talking about LeBron, just like what's his name did today, the coach of Denver. They were celebrating. He said, "Well, I'm thinking about retiring after this." And then he said, "No, I'm just."
Wow.
That's what LeBron did, remember?
I like that. Mike Malone is crazy.
So Malone is you know what? Since we was talking about 8 years, guys, he's another one. I think him and Spoelstra and probably Pop are the longest tenured coaches.
Yeah. This is true.
With one team.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean, they keep saying Popness is going to retire every year.
Now that he got one, but nope, he's staying.
Yeah, now he got another. I hate that. Charlotte should have got the number 1 pick.
No,
what's Michael going to do with it?
Embrace the San Antonio Spurs, man. Stop it.
No,
that's the
look
best
how many
place for
breaks
international
they got.
player.
David
Come
Robinson,
on,
Tim Duncan, Tony Parker. Come on, how many breaks did they get when they tanked? And they were tanking.
Same as Cleveland, Kyrie Irving, Bennett.
Yeah. Oh, don't forget about Bennett. Remember him? Jose?
Wiggins.
Who the hell is that?
Yeah, he's another guy on the milk carton. Him and Kevin Knox.
Exactly.
3 out the 4 number 1 picks when LeBron was in Miami. Cleveland got. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
but you think about what Malone has done in 8 years, and he's that guy, man. He is that guy. No matter who you are, he's gonna cuss at you, act a fool, but he gets your attention.
Yeah. You got to give it
sort of like Spoelstra. When Spoelstra and Jimmy Butler went at it last year on the sideline. And Haslam had to break it up, and then Haslam told Butler, "I'll crack your neck."
Yeah.
I was at that game, matter of fact, in my house. He was going to kick Jimmy Butler's ass. Yeah. I was like, oh. And I'm looking down at the bench. I'm in the suite. I'm looking down. What's going on? All of a sudden, everybody started grabbing Haslam. I was like, and they showed it on the screen. Like, what's his name? Chased him. Spoelstra chased his ass.
Wow.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Man,
yeah. Okay. Then Haslam jumped in and everybody got nervous then.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He said, I'll break your jaw. You could read his lips on the screen. I will break your jaw.
Haslam is not a small dude. He's a Charles Oakley mold.
Exactly. Yeah. He's old school.
You don't want them paws to be laid on
you. You don't want them hands put on you. You're right about that. Like, yeah.
Exactly.
And before we go with this, for all y'all interested, they got a very good 30 for 30 about Bill Walton. It's a 2-parter.
I watched that. I watched that. It was good. Yes.
Yes.
I have to check that
out. It was good.
I will leave you with this. Was Bill Walton before Joker?
Say that again?
He's asking.
Was Bill Walton Joker before Joker?
I say Sabonis was more.
I'll get
Joker
back to you on that one.
Now you heard what Jose said? Jose said Sabonis was more like that.
Yes. Yes.
Because what's the name shot better? Bill Walton shot better. And Bill Walton was one of the best defensive centers in the league.
No doubt.
And college. Remember, him and Jamal won like 150 games without losing.
Yeah.
But that's why I wouldn't put Joker in there, because Joker didn't really play defense like that.
Who was the better college player, Jabbar or Walton? Flip a coin.
Right.
I don't care which one you pick. Flip a coin.
But like Jose said,
Walton was a hell of a defensive player, though, guys.
See,
I think we forget that.
Like Jose just said, that you're forgetting that the Joker wasn't a defensive stalwart like that. Like,
no,
you know what?
Either was.
You know what? I'm gonna say this in defense of Joker.
Go
ahead.
What center in the West could actually go in the post against him?
None.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's the difference. That's the difference, guys, between the days of
exactly.
Sabonis. None of them centers are going down low no more.
Exactly.
This is the point I'm saying. So we don't know if the man can play defense or not because he doesn't play defense against centers.
No, I didn't say he don't play defense, Reg. I just said Bill Walton is probably a better defensive player.
No, hold on.
Yes.
Why are you saying no?
I'm saying if you give me okay, when you finish saying who?
We saw what he did. Okay, we saw what he did to Ayton. What did he do to Ayton?
That's okay.
What did Ayton do to him?
Whatever. Okay, my thing again.
I'm listening.
Can I get the words out my mouth?
Please.
Good God, man. Calm down.
I ain't saying a word. Go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. What I'm saying is the game, has changed. Those centers, those tall, lanky forwards or whatnot, they're not close to the rim. They're playing outside.
Yeah.
They're playing outside. So of course he's not getting, but I've seen him get smoked too now by the smaller guards going by. I'm just saying, I've seen it. I have seen it.
No.
He is not a defender like that. No.
Yeah, I will give Sabonis an alibi because he waited so long to come to the NBA.
Yes.
Like, I got to give extra kudos to Jabbar and Walton. When they was in college, you couldn't dunk.
No.
Right.
You couldn't dunk when they was in college. So you're finger rolling and possibly getting your shit swatted. I mean, I can't tell you. I forgot. It's in the documentary. How many consecutive championships they won from Jabbar to Walton?
Yeah.
I think.
Wasn't it like 7? I think it was 7.
Like 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
They hold the record of any team consecutive wins. I think they had like 84 wins before Notre Dame finally beat them.
Right.
So, okay. But I look at Walton where, again, bar injury, the guy was fluid. He could pass, he could shoot, he could definitely defend. He was a good rebounder, great rebound. He averaged over 12 rebounds on basically no feet.
Yeah.
Remember, his shit was while he was in college, man.
Yeah, he was hobbled.
Yeah, from college.
Well, while you were a fan, I was honestly, I hear what you're saying. I just never was a Walton fan.
I wasn't a fan of his. Believe me, I'm not a fan of him. UCLA. I'm just looking at sheer talent.
Okay, I feel
at that time.
And he did take that Portland team to a championship, so you got to give him some type of respect.
Yeah. And you got to remember, he was a little, cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs to begin with.
He was a little Air Force 20 in the clouds all the time.
Yeah.
Woodstock.
But
free love.
But he was into all this social justice long before we heard about social justice. I give him that. He was always involved. And here's a guy that made it good on television and couldn't talk when he was a kid. People forgot that. Even when he was in college, he didn't talk a lot because he had a bad stuttering problem. And the funniest part, and I'll let it go, is they talked to his 4 kids. He got 4 sons. And one of his sons said, my friends will ask me, when he comes home, does he act like he does? They said, his son said, man, you know how many times he pointed to the 9th man on the bench and said, he's the greatest player in Western civilization history. How many times have you heard Bill say that? He's saying this shit at home to his kids when they're little. I'm like, unbelievable. But he was I didn't like him. I didn't say I like him. I'm not an LA West Coast guy, but I'm just watch the documentary. It's a very good.
I'll watch it. Perhaps
it's sad, actually. It's pretty sad.
perhaps it'll change my perspective on him.
Yeah, it's
you
pretty sad, actually.
All right, let's do some more.
Did not bring this up last week.
New Orleans Pelicans discussing trading forward Zion Williamson.
Dang, drop the mic, why don't you, Dom?
Oh man,
that just made him walk away.
Turn the lights on, man.
Oh man, dude.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You know what? This is another funny one for me, man. This is another funny one. Who the hell? Now, allegedly, New Orleans wants to get a high draft pick to get Scoot Henderson in this upcoming draft.
Third pick.
Yeah, the third pick. You know what I'm saying? They want to get up there. Now, first of all, who really is going to take this guy? He'll be playing the NBA at some point. He will play in the NBA.
I know who'll take him.
Yeah, you know who.
I know who'll take him.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Say the Knicks.
Of
Knicks
course.
won't take him.
They tried. Cam Reddish didn't work. We'll get the other Dookie.
Ah,
To unlock RJ.
The Knicks will not do it. Trust me. The Knicks,
They better not do it.
RJ Barrett got one more year. When that poison pill ends on the 15th, he better get his shit together too. I'm just saying. Nothing personal.
wow. Somebody agrees with me about RJ? Wow.
You're on.
Oh, wait. Come on.
You're gonna be the. I always.
Somebody agrees with me.
Yeah, RJ doesn't get a whole lot of love on
That
this.
poison pill kicks in on the 15th. Guess what? One, they can move him. Two, he becomes the highest paid Knick.
Yep.
You're the highest paid player, and you're second in the league in missing bunnies.
Basically.
I ain't making this shit up, guys.
No, you're not. It's true.
It is what it is.
It's
So I don't
facts.
think the Knicks would go
Everybody knows New York is looking for a name. It doesn't matter who the hell it is, as long as it's a name.
So if that's
Zach
the case,
Levine.
So I don't even
Zach
know
Levine.
about that one. I don't even know about that one.
That's Nick's forte. 30-year-old guy with bad injury. Yeah, that's about what the Knicks would
I'm
pay.
glad you brought that up, Jose.
They would do that.
challenge you, anybody else on the line, go back to the year after he hurt himself. His year back from that ACL. Somebody check his numbers. Games played, points, field goal percentage, 3-point. You know I already did it, so I will challenge you all to do it. The guy
Career high?
played more games in 1 year after that injury than Zion has played in his 4 years.
Yep.
Just I challenge you to research it.
And Kyrie in all his years in Brooklyn.
I got tired of hearing Zach Levine's injury. Not injuries, injury.
Right.
What has he done since that injury? Look it up. I would accept the Knicks getting him. Zion Williamson, I told y'all before we went to him, Portland is the best spot for him. Let him go out there, eat some fish, play in the rain, sit home, hopefully find a good trainer.
You think Dame's going to sign off on that, though?
He should bring Ja Morant with him.
Wow.
You think Dame going to sign off on that, though? He's trying to win now.
That's the problem, guys. I mean, again, I always R and Dave and them know I'm a numbers guy.
Yo, how crazy is it?
Look at how many games he's played in his 3 years in the NBA, guys.
That's why I can't see Dame saying, "Yeah, I'll take him."
Right.
But here's the thing.
Wait a minute. Dame might end up in New Orleans with his backcourt partner again. The way it's going.
Now they want that number 3 pick, so I can't see that coming back.
No.
But I think in the long
And
run,
Dame wants that number 3 pick to get out of there, so he could get help.
But that to me, that's kind of like reverse. Because one, Dame has suffered enough. Why we want to wait so long for this draft pick to pan out?
Right.
So do we take a flyer on, you know what, this kid is pretty good. We can keep him on the court. If he can stop eating all this gumbo, if he can get his extra girlfriend affairs in order. There's more ifs than ands with Zion. Then I know the Knicks wouldn't do it. Not with the Knicks front office they got now.
Years ago, yes, I would agree.
Yes.
Years ago, they would definitely take him.
Not this front office.
Yeah.
No.
What about bringing? I can see Zion coming to Brooklyn.
Yeah, Reg, I'm with you on that one.
Hold on.
Reg?
Let's stop. Let's pump the brakes on that.
Yeah.
Who's the owner of the Knicks?
Yeah.
Stop it. Y'all know if Dolan says that's what he wants,
Dolan doesn't know basketball. He doesn't know anything about it.
Exactly.
I think never stopped him before.
I think after the Melo,
he doesn't know who Zion
fiasco,
is.
That hasn't stopped him before.
I don't think he knows who Zion is.
Think about this, guys. The matter, and we've had our runs in with Dolan, but after the Melo fiasco, when has he really stepped in anymore after that?
He hasn't.
Now he's got competent people. He went from the guy from Indiana,
Donnie Walsh.
Donnie Walsh. After Donnie Walsh, the wheels came off. Everybody we hired was a buffoon, including Phil Jackson.
Absolutely.
And Steve Mills.
This is why I said I would not be surprised.
No, them days are over, Reg, because it
okay.
You hire the right people.
You wait for it.
Go play your instruments. Go on tour, because now you got competent people running your organization. I say this to Knicks fans all the time. One, let go of the past.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go forward if you're always looking in your rearview mirror.
This is true.
Two, we may not be happy with all the moves our front office has made, but we can't be pissed off at the ones they didn't make. There was a lot of times, going to Reggie's theory of Knicks being Nickish, we would have done some boneheaded shit. Yeah, we would have done some boneheaded stuff, wouldn't we?
Yeah.
We haven't done that, guys. Now, I will say this, without us making this a Knick thing, it's year 5. It's time.
Yeah.
We showed you that we could go in a better direction. Now it's your turn to help us get there. So you haven't done nothing to hurt us. It's time you do something to enhance us. And I'll leave it at that. But they haven't done nothing that, how many Knicks fans got pissed off we got rid of, what's the guy's name from Duke? I don't even remember his name no more. Cam Reddish. Oh, my God, we got rid of the next George Gervin. Yeah, really? The guy's without a job again. Really? Come on. And we got Hart.
Right.
So, really, come on. They made the right move.
So Zion to Brooklyn, and then he can compete against Joey Chestnut in the hot dog eating contest.
So this guy keeps firing shots.
I don't even think the Nets would do it.
They got to worry about Cam Johnson.
Listen, the Nets can't do no worse. Yeah. The Nets can't do no worse than what they already did.
Oh, yes, they can. They're the Nets, bro. Stop it.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
Here's another one. Anti-Nets.
Remember something, guys. He's like Zion. I mean, he's like RJ, just a hell of a lot more money. His shit kicks in, too, on June 15th. That rookie extension, that max deal. His best bet is to go somewhere, again, Portland, Charlotte. So we have
no. He can't go to Charlotte. No.
Seattle.
Seattle. He needs to go somewhere where there ain't nothing to eat, nothing to do.
Seattle.
A lot of rain.
Yeah. Where they don't season their food.
Go to Utah. Go to Utah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ain't no good joints in Utah. There's no good food in Utah. It's just basketball Mormons.
Right. Exactly.
He'd go play in the mountains.
Yeah. Although he could have multiple wives there.
He can't come to New York. He can't come to New York. He can't come to Cali. Remember, guys, we joked and laughed. This is how long we've known each other. We joked and laughed 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What's he going to do?
I don't think he can survive in New York.
I remember that.
I don't think he can survive in New York because New Yorkers will scream on him and call him fat and all that good stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
They won't let him. New York. He'll be looking like, what was that guy's name in Ghostbusters? The big.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah, Stay Puft. Zion be coming down.
Be like, oh my God, it's Zion, run!
But
the Michelin Man too.
Yeah. But the funny thing is, allegedly, he would prefer to come here. Allegedly,
of course.
Who cares?
Yeah. But that's not gonna happen.
Allegedly, I'd like a $3 million house on the mountain with nobody near me. But hey, I gotta sell it for what I got.
Yeah, well.
You know what? I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip on this. You know what? Let's say just hear me out.
Okay.
Let's say he does come here.
Oh God.
And he turns into the player that he's supposed to be. Then what happens?
Then you got to have tampering charges, some type of stuff that New Orleans got to get their money back. Like, come on, man, that's not fair. So like I said, I pulled it up last week. I said, do you think he's doing this to get out of there and not say,
no,
I want to get out of there?
This latest incident, I don't know. I don't think that was it.
I thought that in the beginning. I thought that in the beginning, Jose. But now, I just think he's I hate to say it because I use it all the time. He's one of those ifs and ands with pots and pans.
Yeah.
What do they always say, guys? Your best ability is what?
Your
Availability.
Availability.
Yeah. That's
Can he get better? Can he stay healthy? I don't know because of his frame and the way he plays. He reminds me of Derrick Rose, just a little bigger. Remember how hard Derrick Rose played? You could almost hear him stomping his feet from New York to Chicago. He played the game so hard, and then when his leg went out, he couldn't just say, "I'm going to be Nate Archibald." He still was Derrick Rose.
I had said about Zion, he plays violent.
Yeah, like Derrick Rose.
He plays violent, like you said, like Derrick Rose. He plays violent and whatnot. And with that weight, and let's keep it real. You know, it's not like you just played maybe high school basketball, a little bit of college. No, you've been playing ball before that for years.
Yeah.
You understand? And at your frame, that adds a lot of stress to your body. You understand what I'm saying? So therefore, you're going to be more susceptible to injuries. And at this point, even though, what is he, like 23 or something like that?
22, I think.
22, 23.
Yeah, 22, 23. I think, honestly, it won't get better. It won't get better. As far as him,
he doesn't have a mid-range game. He has no shot. He's just all power and force.
Exactly. And that's gonna lead to his detriment. I'm sorry. I don't see all this optimism when I see him. Future game.
I agree.
You want to say you hope he becomes successful. We're not.
No, I don't have to be a
New York. Right.
No,
you don't got to be a New York player for us to.
No, and I don't think I'm saying it. I don't think.
It's a controllable injury. It's not like he got bad knees or bad hips. It's controllable. Your weight. That's it.
He will.
Right.
Yeah. Do you want to play?
Matter of fact, I just looked it up. He'll be 23 in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
So, and when has he? Remember, he blew out a pair of sneakers at Duke.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You think that was just an accident, or was it a little too much weight on them kicks and they exploded?
Exactly.
Yes, you're right, Ar. He plays violent. But
come on.
Is he ever going to weigh 220? No.
No, that's not his body frame. But
right, he's never going to weigh 220, guys. So,
but you look, I mean, you
just have to know how to play with that weight. That's it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. So you could be that size and not have to eat everything either.
Right.
Charles Barkley.
Right.
Charles Barkley played at that weight.
I was just about to say Charles Barkley. Exactly.
Yeah, Oliver Miller. Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think Barkley was as big as him. Plus, Barkley was a little more athletic.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Faster.
Yeah.
I don't think Barkley ever weighed 300 pounds.
No.
I don't think so either.
It was funny how they called him the Brown Mountain Rebound coming out of Auburn. Remember how he looked when he came out of college?
Yeah, he wasn't. Yeah.
He wasn't no big dude.
No.
He went to Philly, started eating them cheesesteaks.
Yeah.
Got a little bigger, but he never weighed 3-something, guys.
Right.
No.
Yeah, but he ate, but he played.
Right.
Yeah. Zion is eating and he's not playing.
He's not playing. Well, he's not playing basketball.
Well,
how many injuries? How many injuries did Charles Barkley have?
He didn't have that many.
Not that many.
Not to that point.
People out the window and getting suspended.
Yeah.
He didn't miss a lot of games due to injury.
No.
He missed a lot of games due to Barkley.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, being Barkley. Yeah.
Barkleyism.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But then Barkley also had people telling him, "Yo, you can't do certain stuff." And you had Moses Malone. You was going to talk back to Moses Malone? I'm just saying.
Right. Bobby Jones.
Yeah.
Remember,
Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones was on Philly.
Doc was still on Philly.
Yes, he came to a team that was full of veterans.
Right.
Professional.
You know, where
that's what Zion needed. He needed someone. He needed a leader. And come on, New Orleans didn't have any leaders.
He needed a Udonis Haslem.
He said, "I cracked the girl so you won't eat."
I mean, I think their biggest mistake, New Orleans, was hiring goofball Van Gundy, the other one.
Yes.
Remember?
Yeah.
He was horrible. What, a hot second?
Yeah. He was a horrible coach.
Yeah. Yes.
And he was gone. So, has he even had a coach for more than 2 years? He didn't play, but I mean,
that's a good question.
I'm with Jose.
Didn't they get rid of Monty before that? Yeah,
yes.
he got
Yeah. Who in New Orleans has ever been in his ass, guys? I mean, we don't know. We're not privy to that, but
you really can't. You really can't.
Maybe Mariah Mills was.
Prior to them getting CJ McCollum.
Damn right.
Prior to CJ McCollum, they had no real leaders. There was a bunch of young kids.
Exactly. You asked the question. That's what just popped in my head. I apologize.
I like Brandon Ingram, but Brandon Ingram looks like one of those. I'm just going to go along. You know, I'm going to.
Yeah, he's not a leader.
I love playing basketball. Yeah, I love playing basketball.
Right.
I ain't into all that other stuff, holding somebody's hand.
He's like KD for real. Without the burner account.
No, KD is more. I will say that because I'm not going to bash Durant because I've always liked him. At least he's a little more aggressive. He'll say something where everybody else is going to sit back and watch this guy turn into, Carmelo Anthony, and not say shit. That's why I don't believe in those videos, guys. Them workout videos you see.
No, I don't
believe in that.
I don't believe in that.
I always said it. Carmelo Anthony looked like the Incredible Hulk. 6 weeks into the season, he looked like the Stay Puft Mark. No. I don't. Between Carmelo Anthony and Mitchell Robinson, I stopped watching those videos. I can't do it.
Oh, hey, let's not leave out Ben Simmons.
Oh, forget
it. Come on, that whole video was Photoshop, bro.
I was about to say that was some special effect. I knew it was Photoshop when I saw one with him with the basketball.
Sweat filter on. He got the sweat filter.
Yeah, was it our group that said he's had more girlfriends than 3-pointers attempted?
Oh yeah.
Was that in our group?
Yeah, it was like 6-5 or something like that. Yeah.
Leave Ben alone. I can't. Y'all got me up here.
Come on, guys.
We almost made it.
I always say this because of Jose. Yeah. Jose's a new guy right now. How many times did I defend Ben Simmons?
Oh yeah,
I can't do it no more, man. He's done. I can't do it. I feel like a fool.
He's done in my book.
Yeah, he's done, man.
Nah, he ain't done.
I wish him the best.
I'm gonna put it out there right now.
Is he still on the Nets?
Yes, he is. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Do the Nets know that?
He'll play good this year.
That was a real question. I didn't even know who he played for anymore.
He'll play this year?
Yeah, he'll play.
He is.
There's no more guys that scared him anymore.
Yeah, right. All the scary people are gone.
He is going to win. He is going to win the comeback player of the year.
I hope so, R.
Right here.
Wait. Oh, can I ask you a question?
What's that?
You been to Minnesota?
Hey, don't laugh. No, I have. That would be a good fit for him.
You smoking what Cat is smoking? I'm just saying.
Oh God,
that guy's
not go down that road.
He's an idiot. He's an idiot.
Dude done bumped his head.
It's something because I'm like, wait a minute,
another guy I defended for years.
He's
right.
I'm done, man. I'm getting too soft in my old age. No,
I couldn't believe that. He was. What did he say? He said something about, people are gonna talk about me after I retire for changing the game. Or he said not all. He said some people. Let me just get that out right. Correct.
He also said winning a play-in game was a bigger accomplishment than Denver winning a championship.
I'm like,
did he really say that?
Yes.
He said
yes.
He said that.
In his mind, yes. Dave, think about it, Dave.
He's
on the likelihood of him getting to the second round?
I think
for him.
Yeah,
I think Rod stopped at one of them dispensaries in New York City that's out here. That's what happened.
He on that CBD?
He's on something. That's crazy.
Exactly. I was like,
what did you say about Ben Simmons? Come back right of the year?
Yeah, comeback player of the year.
June 15th, y'all. Mark it down.
Yeah, mark it down. That's right. And I will be here next year to laugh at all of you for making fun of me.
Okay, well, I would love to see it.
I ain't in on that. I ain't in on that. I'm hedging my bets. He got a good year.
I'm not even going to include you on this one, Jose. I'm not going to include you because I already know.
You know how I feel about Ben Simmons.
I already know. I'm not going to include you.
Wasn't Carl
You're
Anthony
exempt.
Towns? Wasn't Carl Anthony Towns another one that tough guy Thibodeau took a lot of heat?
Yeah,
he tried to stay in his ass. Remember when Tibbs was the coach in Minnesota, and he couldn't get these young guys to get out their own way.
Right.
And then Jimmy Butler embarrassed. Wasn't that the guy Jimmy Butler went after with the B team and wiped the floor with him?
Yep.
And guess what? There was always that bond between Butler and Tibbs,
right?
Because Butler will always tell you, and he was trying to tell them young kids, Thibodeau didn't give shit away,
right?
Him, Derek
you earn what you kill.
Luau Dang, Joakim Noah. They all had to earn their way with Thibodeau. He didn't care where you were drafted, who the hell you were. I'm the coach. It just didn't work in Minnesota because they had all of them. And guess what? What's the name? They bashed Thibodeau, but man, did he get a get out of jail free card? The guy I spoke about earlier, Zach LaVine. That was the greatest thing that ever happened to LaVine when Thibodeau shipped him out.
Right.
Think about that. Or he'd be stuck in La La Land, cuckoo for Cocoa.
I remember Zach said that was the coach that changed his whole trajectory. It was Thibodeau.
Yeah. Right. Just like he changed Butler's. He changed Butler's trajectory. And Butler never looked back after that, except in Minnesota. And Zach LaVine, again, got that get out of jail free card. And he's become, again, look at his numbers from when he left Minnesota and then after he got injured. The guy's been a stud, man, for like 5-6 years now.
Right.
It's not his fault that team is horrible.
Yeah, exactly. They suck. Even with, what's his name? The mid-range guy.
DeMar?
Yeah. And now they're saying this guy may never play again.
Who? Ball?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. I seen that coming. He just.
Wow, really?
Yep.
I didn't see that coming.
I'll tell you what, guys. Again, I don't live in Charlotte. I live in North Carolina. But better be careful with the other one.
Oh, yeah.
He's missed quite a few games since he's been with Charlotte.
Right.
He ain't played a whole season yet.
I think he wants to be in LA somewhere. That's where he wants to be.
Yeah, he want to go home.
Right. He wants to go home.
He's got to learn some lessons too. I don't care what team he's on. Like I always tell y'all guys, but you don't have to put mustard on every hot dog, or you don't have to put that much mustard on every hot dog.
But that's the same argument.
Got to be
right.
That's the same argument That's the same argument you have with Zion. He's the type of player where he needs a veteran to tell him, "Yo, chill, stop." And he's not he's not on a team like that. He's the star. And when you got an 18-year-old as the star player that thinks he knows everything, you can't tell him nothing.
That's a problem.
But I will say this: there are times that you could ask if you ever talk to him, Malik Monk. Jordan normally sits on the bench. He's that last guy on the bench. He sits on the damn bench. Ask Malik Monk when he came out in the game, and the coach called him in. He goes to take his warm up off. He ain't got his jersey on. Mike got up and slapped the shit out of him.
But at the same point, that's Mike's coach's fault right there, man. Come on, Mike, you gotta get better coaches in there.
And that's another thing, Mike. I think he just don't want to take a chance no more because he's had so many. And I'm not defending him. Don't get me wrong. He's not been a good administrator, owner. He's blown Michael Kidd Gilchrist. The French kid, what's his name?
Oh, Batum? Nicholas Batum?
Nicholas Batum. Those contracts he gave these guys was ridiculous.
That's because nobody wanted to play for Charlotte, though. No one wants to go over there. That's another franchise no one wants to go to. Would you rather go to Miami or Orlando, tax-free? There's nothing in Charlotte.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, Charlotte is a beautiful place.
Right. I'm not saying it's not.
I'm going back to the first Charlotte team when they had a great team.
Yeah. Muggsy Bogues, Alonzo Mourning.
Larry Johnson.
Yeah, what didn't they have?
Del Curry, yeah.
they didn't have fan support. Hence the reason they had to pack their bags and go to New Orleans. And again, the NBA, with its infinite wisdom, New Orleans couldn't keep a team. You sent that to Utah.
Right.
Charlotte couldn't keep a team. You sent that to New Orleans and like the wheels on the bus. And then 5 years later, Charlotte got another team.
Right.
Yeah.
Really? I told you guys all the time.
But that was because Michael bought them. That's that Carolina. That's North Carolina, Tar Heel. That's Michael.
I will buy y'all your tickets. We'll be sitting in the 116 section for $34. All of them. I'll buy every one of y'all a ticket.
Really?
Go to the game.
Yeah.
They don't say they don't draw.
No.
Duke in North Carolina sell out faster than them.
Oh, absolutely.
And Clemson.
And at $367 a ticket, they sell out faster than Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on one of those apps and try to get a ticket for a Duke game or a North Carolina game.
Yeah.
I'm in a room and I can't get tickets.
Wow.
I can get them for maybe $200.
You want to hear some scary stuff? Even NC Chattanooga sells out faster than them.
That's crazy. Now
think about that.
Yeah, it's crazy as hell, man. It's
that's insane.
They'll charge you more if, like, let's say the Knicks,
the
Warriors, one of those teams are playing. But I mean, like even Miami, Indiana,
Orlando,
teams, man,
Detroit.
I sit in the same section all the time, guys. 116, row A, $34. I think it went up to 38 last year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Even so, exactly.
Yeah.
You can't
Beautiful seats.
You can't even park at the Garden for $35.
Yeah. And you know what? As soon as you walk in the door, as soon as you walk in the building, you're overdosing on Jordan.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go.
Right.
Yeah, Jordan logos.
Right.
Above the, how they have the sections you go to?
Yeah.
Then you'll hear on the loudspeaker, we got a sale on jump sweatshirts. A sale. $150 for a sweatshirt.
How much?
Really? Yeah.
And this is in Charlotte.
Yeah.
Charlotte, North Carolina. Beautiful city, guys. Don't get me wrong.
Oh no, it is a beautiful
city. It is a beautiful city.
Okay.
And they're the opposite of New York. Their uptown is everybody else's downtown. Like their place of business and city action is in uptown Charlotte, not downtown.
Oh, okay.
Right. Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It's beautiful, man. The stadium is beautiful.
I know that the airport is nice. I've been to that.
Yeah, the airport is beautiful. Just nobody goes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nobody. It's sad. And yet we're talking about even like in the beginning of the year where you have a little bit of hope in your team. That's the best time to go.
Wow.
Everybody's already thinking, oh shit, January's almost here.
Yeah, it's over.
Oh, we get the number one
January,
pick.
They're done.
Damn.
It's sad.
Well, you'll see
the
why
NBA did that.
Well, we
kind of sound like the Mets.
No,
the Mets draw better than that.
That's not at all. But I was going to say Charlotte had the nerve to worry about what bathroom people. They should have. That was an opportunity to triple their sales. They could have had 3 genders.
Oh man.
And it's funny though, guys. You go up the hill. You go up the hill to where the Panthers play.
Ladies and gentlemen, the content.
Disclaimer.
The content spoken by that gentleman that goes by Sanford is not authorized by the administrators here on Untitled. Okay.
Throw the alphabet out there. You can have 6 fans.
Wow.
No, you know what? And not to go down that road. They did that for me. Remember something, guys. This is the Bible Belt.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is the Bible Belt. So
the thumpers is out there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like,
I mean, I'm not.
Bring your snake to the game.
Bring your
what? Oh,
I will refrain from what side of the aisle I prefer to be on, but
I gotta move on, y'all. I saw something earlier. This is in baseball with the Yankees rookie shortstop Anthony Volpe.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught this, but it said something to the extent that certain people ought to be fired because of his swing.
I heard about this.
You heard about that?
Him and Austin Wells, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I was just wondering what your guys' take on that is, if you did hear about it.
I want to know, first of all, Yeah, who said it? I mean, this guy's only, 20 years old?
Yeah.
I think, maybe.
Well,
come on, Reg. Come on, Reg. You know his pops.
He's a kid.
I mean, he's a kid.
Really?
Yeah. Volpe.
Yeah.
He's related to that dude. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes. And the sister that's there. Yeah.
That's
Remember that
crazy.
sister? Yeah.
Yes.
So y'all
It's
know
job
this kid?
talk. Job talk.
Job talk. We know his family. His family was worked for the city. Let's just say.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Man.
Wow.
That's
But he's
crazy.
a kid, guys. I mean, what?
And that's the guy he's been playing with all his. That's the guy he came up with in the minors.
Right.
So it's like best friends. If your best friend who watches you swing all the time tells you, "Hey, you're doing something wrong."
Right. So why
all that time? But I know this is the first time this batting coach is actually seeing him, and this guy's been playing with him for the last 2-3 years.
Right.
So I can't blame the coach for that. You know what I'm saying? Because I know this guy, so I know what your swing is. So that wouldn't bother me, so to say.
Okay. I don't know. I think I would feel a little bit differently. I'm like, you're a paid professional, a so-called professional, and it's your job to straighten that out. You understand? And you have a teammate, a friend that you play with for 2 to 3 years, and he sees it and corrects it, and then the next game you have 2 hits. You understand?
Yeah.
I mean, I got a problem with that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just like, yo, what the freak? It kind of bothers me a little bit.
I look at
Why does that guy have a job? Basically,
I'm more concerned with Gleyber Torres than I am him. How many alibis we gonna, not to switch this to Yankee talk, but how many alibis we gonna keep giving Gleyber Torres? Oh, you know what? Remember that first year he had? Yeah. That was 4 years ago.
You pull up the videos. Dom has been talking about Gleyber Torres. It's like I can't hear that name without hearing it in Dom's voice.
Exactly.
I mean, what has he done since that 1 year?
Nothing.
Meanwhile, Andujar is on a milk container.
Yeah. Wait.
Better than Gleyber.
Wait a minute. Wait. Where is he, by the way?
That's what I said. I don't know. On a
DFA
somewhere.
He's DFA somewhere.
Wow.
Designated for a time.
Better than Gleyber Torres.
I like Miguel Andujar.
Yeah.
But what? All right. At what position?
Third base.
Why not?
The Yankees jacked that up.
I agree. I agree.
The people getting in their head. Oh my God. He's not. He was a rookie. Had 7 errors. As a rookie.
Because I give you another thing. Where's Gio Urshela? Where's he at?
He's traded.
Yeah. Where's he at?
He was traded.
Yeah, he ain't on the Yankees, but
he ain't on the Yankees, and when he's not even that third baseman anymore. So
he was better than Andujar. Remember, he had
defensively.
that one good season.
Defensively,
best season of his career.
Defensively,
exactly.
That's it.
And guess what? He had more than 7 errors.
Right. I'll take the errors if this dude's going to hit 300, have 35 doubles, 15 home. I'll take that over the errors all day, every day.
I'm a Yankee fan, but I will say it. They jacked that up. They killed Andujar.
Yes, they didn't give him a chance.
In his career. Oh, he can play left field. He can play. No, he's a third baseman.
He's a third baseman. That was it.
You went and got, what's his name again? I forgot his name already.
Gio
Urshela. He was
a shortstop.
Man.
He was a shortstop that they moved to third base.
Man. He wasn't no LeMahieu. He was a utility man.
Exactly.
He hit pay dirt 1 year, and he's the next Brooks Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Greg, no.
They ruined that kid's career. I'll never. And we still got Gleyber Torres.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Sanchez.
Yeah.
Ooh.
That was an accident waiting to happen, wasn't it?
That's
another name when you hear it.
But I turn around. I blame analytics for that. Analytics is swing for the fences, bro. It doesn't matter if you strike out.
He couldn't hit a curveball.
Yeah, because it was swing for the fences. Listen, Manny could have hit a curveball. Manny could have hit a curveball,
and he's swinging.
Yeah,
he couldn't hit a curveball.
Yeah. But how does a guy like that, who was deemed at one point the best pure hitter? Hold on. He was deemed the best pure hitter coming up.
Yes. Better than
that organization. Yeah.
Better than Judge.
Exactly. And to see him go from that to what he became, I blame the staff for that one. Because you change his swing. You change his swing, trying to make him a pull hitter. He is not a pull hitter. He wasn't supposed to be a pull hitter.
Sometimes R is a combination of things. Like I read the stats. His first 162 full games, he had like 52 home runs, batted almost 300, had 100 something RBI. 160, not one season, but in 162 game stretch. Right. Well, guess what? Now Dave knows how to pitch to him. Jose knows how to pitch to him. Reggie knows how to pitch to him. All right, your coaching staff can help you, but you also got to be disciplined.
No doubt.
The damn ball is going in the dugout, guys. We've seen this movie a million times with him. They throw a curveball in the dugout, and he's like,
yeah.
We've seen this movie before. Remember the kid, Soriano?
Yeah. Oh, couldn't hit a curveball. Crush all the fastballs, but couldn't hit a curveball. And couldn't throw from second base.
Right. But he couldn't hit a curveball.
Right.
I told you the story when I ran into his niece. He said, "Oh, Soriano's my uncle." I said, "The guy that couldn't hit a curveball?"
Yeah.
She was like, "That's not nice." I said, "But it's true."
It's true.
I'm sorry, couldn't hit a curveball.
just so that we know that we're talking about the same person.
Exactly.
Yeah. And now I think he got like 6 home runs on San Diego.
Yeah. No, he's
on 3 different teams because he was on the Mets for a minute too. Don't forget, he went to the San Diego, Texas, the Mets. He's been to on 4 teams already. The Twins.
The Twins.
The Twins.
He's
the Mets.
He can hit
the Yankees, the Twins, the Mets, and San Diego.
He's trying to see if he can hit in different time zones.
Yeah.
He's all over.
Hey, again, I wish him the Mets already got a good young catcher, so
yeah,
they didn't need this guy getting in the way, man.
Yeah. No.
I may be a Yankee fan, but y'all know I don't hate the Mets. They sure didn't need that goofball.
No.
And speaking of the Mets, there's a lot of negativity in regards to Scherzer and Verlander.
Oh man, oof. Reg could tell you what I've been talking about this for what the last 3 years, Reg.
Easily,
dude.
It's only a matter of time before them shoulders go.
Yeah. So my thing, and David knows this, when they let DeGrom go, which was a blessing, by the way. Wow. When they let him go, but they decided not to sign him, and they let him go to Texas. But then you bring in this guy Verlander for 2 years at 80, I think 86 or 80 million, something like that, where this guy's getting 40 plus million a year at age 40 to 41.
Mm-hmm. That's Steve Cohen, baby. Come on.
Yeah, but
I gotta make a big splash. Guys. I gotta make a big splash.
I don't know, guys. I'll let Dave. But I'll tell you what, guys. I don't know, being a Yankee fan, that I could turn my back on them 2 kind of pitchers. I'm sorry. I don't care what the age is. They proved that they could go out there at least every 3-4 starts, and they're going to be a bull. Now, they may get hit. They may lose, but they're going to be bulls when they're out there. And Scherzer proved that shit to me when I saw him in the preseason game against the Astros in Florida. He was out there pitching like it was Game 7 in preseason.
But it was preseason.
But he's a bull, though. He's always going to be a bull. I'm not a Met fan, so I digress. Listen, but I wouldn't turn my back on them.
At least one of them is older than the pitching coach.
Yeah.
Listen, my problem is this, and I get it. These guys, have definitely been on the top for a long time. But my thing is, I think that's the type of move that you make when you don't have confidence in your younger arms.
They don't have any young arms.
That's the thing. So that's the failure.
They let them all go. They let them all go. Wheeler, Syndergaard, even the kid that just had last year that walked on them. Who's the other starting pitcher that just walked on you?
Oh yeah, was it Bassett or something?
Yeah, Bassett. Yeah. Bassett. How you gonna let him go?
Yeah, I had a problem with that. So when you had these younger guys, and even in the lower levels of the minor leagues, I don't really hear the buzz to tell you who's next up in terms of these pitchers.
The one thing I always learned about them,
Methuselah, and the other one, because they don't have anybody.
No.
See, the Mets don't draft evenly. That's always been my problem with them. They'll have the great pitching staff with no hitting. Then they'll have a whole crop of bunch of hitting with no pitching.
Right.
Then they'll have a bunch of bullpen arms with no starters. Right. So you got to have a couple.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So that's my issue with that. I could say, let's say they had 3 really solid young arms, and then they wanted to bring in a Scherzer or a Verlander, and that could groom these guys, could watch these guys as professionals,
right?
Guys who have done it for years. They grew up watching these guys. They will listen to them. I mean, that's the whole thing with these pitching staffs. You have that veteran pitcher who's going to give you quality outings every time out there, and the young guys can develop watching him. They learn because listen, we all know there's nothing that old guys like to do more than impart wisdom. We all do that. We take a young guy on the side and start kick some knowledge to him. That's what they like to do.
Definitely.
So that gives you the value of a Scherzer or a Verlander. That's something that we don't even see. It's behind the scenes.
Here goes some questions here. Do you remember where both of those pitchers pitched together on one team?
Yeah.
At one point? They're both in Detroit. Remember that? Yeah. Verlander and Scherzer were on the same team. Yes. Now remember, Detroit thought Verlander was done.
Yes, they
did. And they traded him to Houston, and he had a comeback year.
Yeah.
Comeback years.
Right. And then Scherzer just wanted out of Detroit because he wasn't winning nothing, so he became what he was in Washington.
Washington.
Right? I don't think Verlander, I wouldn't have made the Verlander move because you can't come back again.
Right.
Yeah.
You understand? And remember, prior to him leaving, he had 2 years where he was injury prone. I'm not paying him $30 million because you didn't even pitch.
Yeah.
15 games for the last 2 years?
$30 million is a deal compared to what he's getting now. That's
right. You understand what I'm not paying that for that one. Now the Scherzer, okay.
Dom had mentioned something about those 2 guys being bulldogs, and I agree to an extent. But let me just say this: unless I'm sure that this next pick, whoever it is, was like Nolan Ryan, I'm not trying to hear that, especially at that price tag. You understand? No way.
They're not 1s and 2s anymore. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
No.
You got to do what the Yankees did with Messina. Messina, they dropped him down to a 3 or a 4.
Yeah.
He wasn't number 1 anymore. I'm not putting you up against a Clayton Kershaw. I'm not doing that.
And they're absolutely right, Jose, because that's not when you talk about, well, I'm going to throw my aces out there. It's not them. You know, in a short series, and you could throw them out there, but not as your number 1 or 2.
No,
right.
Absolutely not.
What's weird about them though is like just me watching from a distance. They never have 2 back-to-back starts that are quality.
Correct.
Like the Scherzer pitches,
right?
And Verlander, it's never like this weekend. Like not this weekend, the last game.
Yeah.
The Yankees scored 7. And then the Yankees really couldn't get out their way against Verlander.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They never had 2 quality starts following each other.
Right.
Because, like I said, you're putting them up against aces. They're not aces anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel more confident with them going up against a guy who has like a 5 ERA compared to someone that got a 2 or a 3.
Yeah.
I'll take a bulldog going up against a 5 compared to a bulldog going up against a 2 because the offense is not putting up runs like that.
Well, that was going to be my next point. The offense is not hitting.
Right.
They're having occasionally good game, but that other game, what was the other night that they lost? They like 3 for 12 or something like running. I mean, it was like this crazy number of failures during running runners on base, scoring position. So they're anemic. They're very frustrating to watch. So if you're going out there as a pitcher, you know that you can't give up more than 2 runs.
No.
Come on, look what they did to Johan Santana that year.
Yeah,
remember that?
Yes.
Yep.
If he gave up more than 2 runs, he automatically lost.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
As a pitcher, you can't do that because if you make 1 mistake, oh man, I lost the game.
That's right.
Exactly.
Right.
There's certain things the Mets used to be able to get away with. Like if you look at them this year, they
don't manufacture runs anymore.
They don't.
Yeah, they're 21st in batting, 17th in on base percentage, 17th in runs, 21st in slugging, but their earned run 26. Batting average against 21st,
and that's why they're under
the
500.
23rd, yeah. Exactly.
But it's so interesting because the team that we saw last year, up until that Padres series, it was the opposite. You just believed that they were going to come back.
Yeah.
They did that all season long. You know, they had the big wins against Philly and St. Louis, where they did essentially that same thing, where they were down to the last at bat, down several runs, and came back. So this team this year, when they get down and it's late, it feels over. And that's different than it was last year. They were different. I don't know what happened, but that culture of the team, the comeback ability is just not there. I'm not seeing it. And I don't think that they even believe it anymore.
And they got a lot of hurdles to climb this year because
a lot.
Philadelphia, Miami, Atlanta, all of them are ahead of them.
Yeah. You know,
they can't win in Miami. They cannot win in Miami or Atlanta.
I was at the game they won. I was actually at the one game they won.
Wow.
Right.
You need to go more
weekend of the season.
Yeah. I'm actually going in next month, but it's not the place. The Rockies are playing. Speaking of places you can get tickets, I got like first row down the right field line for $20
in Miami.
Yeah.
They're
playing against.
We paid $34 for hours. It was like the first row up.
Yeah,
you know, from field level, you ran the rail too. $34.
Yeah,
against the Mets.
Yeah, it's
there's more fun things to do in Miami than watch the Marlins. Trust me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna see what happens on August. I think 6th.
We know about that.
It's time for me to start because the Yankees play there this year.
Right.
I think it's the 6th or the 10th of August. So I'm gonna head back there and see what we could, you know.
Okay.
Have they been? Have they been down to Miami before?
The Mets? I mean, the Yankees?
The Yankees, yeah. Have they played there?
I don't know. I know they're playing this August.
I was just thinking about
I think when Derek Jeter was associated with them, they was down there.
Oh, maybe. I was just thinking, has Stanton been back to Miami?
Yeah, I know, right? I don't even remember.
I think those back in the Jeter days, perhaps.
Back when he was, and Stanton was Mike.
Yeah, right.
I can't even remember that, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mike Stanton.
Yep, Mike Stanton.
Where did Giancarlo come from?
That was well, okay.
Oh, guys. Well, let me see. What time is it?
It's 9:42. It's
9:42.
It's almost bedtime.
Almost bedtime.
Yeah.
Well, I've been trying to get these last two, but I can save it for another day as well.
Damn, Ken.
You know what? Just for that, here, I'm gonna show you.
Wait. Okay.
This is something specifically where you are the expert, Dom. Okay, preparing.
That, man.
Well, no, I would say that. I definitely would.
Yeah,
I would say so. Preparing for your future financially. Well. This is. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This is a topic that I'm definitely scared of. You understand? Because nobody wants to be old.
Right.
Eating Alpo.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? In a tent. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants that life. You know, so I tend to stress to younger people and even to myself to an extent because listen, I've been working at my job for like almost 18 years now. And if it wasn't for that, I don't know where I'd be. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it 100. You understand? Because I was so unprepared. You know, there's so many things financially I didn't even know about. I didn't even care to educate myself about it. You know, now I'm in a better place. But at the same time, my failure early on in my life spurs me to want to talk about this. So, you know, young men, young women younger than me can get on the right track and have a secure future with their finances. You know? I think that's very important.
I think that's the sentiments of a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, many of us didn't know about finances when we were coming up. I know that I knew very little about it, and And all young people, most young people go through that whole thing of, well, all you know is being young,
right?
And you don't think about your older self.
No, you really don't.
And I know that I didn't, because you think about, you get a few dollars, you don't want to, why should I worry about that? Eventually I'm going to grow up and I'm going to, take care of that older self. And then you turn around, you look in the mirror, and you're like, oh, okay, here he is. Nice to meet you. So I think it is important, and it is scary. It's things that we've talked about mortality on this show before.
For sure.
These are a lot of things that we as men don't like to face.
No, and it's a fact. It's to the point where I, like myself, I know there's no way I could retire in the United States.
Yeah, you can.
I mean, you can, but where? It's like where? You understand? You can.
Like I always say. I heard this crazy saying the other day.
What's that?
With these young people nowadays, and we didn't experience this, believe it or not, guys. We may not have gotten all the jewels of financial, but I heard a funny saying that young people today act like they ain't never gonna die.
Right.
So they don't. So they're not concerned with 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road. They just think about now.
Right.
You talk about analytics. These people are playing analytic games with their life.
Yeah.
And like for you, not to get in your business. 18 years at one job. So I'm assuming there's a goal at the end of this, that you're going to receive some sort of retirement or whatever the case may be. Both of y'all, because Dave, I'm pretty sure has it.
Right, exactly.
And this is the thing I always stress to the young people. And of course, they look at me differently. Well, you did 20 years in the Army. Like that was a fucking cakewalk.
Right.
But that being said, I always looked at it where you need something. Because again, guys, the biggest key is, if you're depending on Social Security when you get to a certain age, God bless you. I'm serious. God bless you.
Yeah, for real.
Because it wasn't designed to be a retirement program. It was designed to be a supplement.
Right.
It wasn't designed to be a retirement. Now, granted, everybody's not going to do 20 years in the Army. But that being said, guys, you got to remember, when I started 20 years ago, I was private. I wasn't making that much money. Took me years to get to, where I was at financially, retired, getting ready to retire.
Right.
But I told y'all last week, before we got cut off, that the one thing I learned from a kid, my mother told me this all that: pay yourself.
Right.
Yeah.
Whether it's $5, $10, just don't touch it, and just see that grow. And of course, again, I could tell you, a financial advisor could tell you, there are good investments out there, guys, without you having to deal with the stock exchange and all these bonds and all that shit. There's good example. AT&T. I was 28 when I started buying shares with them. 28 years old, guys. Me and you are the same age.
Right.
And you know what? You know me, guys. I don't brag. No. But I basically thank you, AT&T. I drive a Benz. Right. Thank you, AT&T. Right. For paying for my car. I love you. I put in, y'all put out. Exactly. But it's, again, I had it. I don't mean to sound good, but I probably had it rougher without me getting into what I did in the fucking Army. Right. Guys, believe me, when I started this game, I never thought I was going to get that much when I retired. Then you throw in disability and Social Security disability, all that shit. Tell you a funny story, guys. And again, I don't brag. I went to get my car, and a friend of mine, you know how they do your numbers?
Yeah.
I never do this, guys. I know how much I make a month. I don't get into that 12-month shit. Now, y'all have known me for quite some time. I don't think I've ever worked since y'all knew me.
No.
I go, this dude, Winston, he's like, damn, Don, you should have been brought a Benz. I was like, yeah, I kind of like the car I had. I'm not into all that shit.
Right.
He said, how much money you make a year?
I don't know. That motherfucker told me $103,000.
Wow.
I swear to God, guys, because I only look at.
Because you were looking at month to month.
Exactly. I don't pay my bills a fucking year.
Right.
I pay them during the month.
Right.
Wow.
I came home, guys, and I was like, fuck. I shouldn't even buy that car.
Yeah, right.
Fuck that shit.
Right.
But I'm looking on the other side.
You want to keep it.
Right.
I'm really not paying for it. That's some shit that I did 30 years ago. What? How old are you now? 58?
Yeah, 59. 59.
I'll be that in August.
Right.
And I'll be 58
I
next
didn't
month.
think of that shit
right
30 years ago when I started this shit.
No, absolutely not.
No.
But I look at it now, guys, and I joke with y'all. And it's really not a joke. There are times I wish I had a job because it gets boring.
Right.
You know, I can't do but so much. I mean,
true.
Right.
But when it comes to financial advice, I always say this, guys, fucking $10. $10 a week, $40 a month. And I told y'all last week before we got covered, everybody gets a raise.
Right.
Well, I hope. I'll say I hope. So, all right. So if you get, let's say, $100 a month, 60, whatever a month, a raise.
Yeah.
You have that shit 2 weeks ago. Take that and just now for us guys at our age, you know, if you weren't doing it, again, it's never too late.
Right.
But for you, you keep saying that shit. Man, there are plenty of places in the United States of America.
Right.
I know how a lot of you Northerners feel about the South. I never had no goal of retiring to the South. I'll be honest. I love Texas. I was going to go to Texas. No state tax. Fucking get a 300,000 or 300,000 square foot home for $250. 200 back then. I'm like, man, Texas is my kind of place.
Right. I feel you.
Unfortunately, you know, my mother, she lived in PA. My wife's parents lived here. So I wanted to be. And then, of course, we sold the home there, came here. And that was jackpot, guys. Right. That was fucking jackpot when I came here. You know, for the size house I got, for what I'm paying a month.
Yeah.
That's what I say. You think you got to go to the DR and no,
I'm not going there. But
Well, ours already found his fiance, so you know.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm not going to do that again. But again, not to. But if a year or two from now you're thinking for two,
right?
Well, that makes it. Some people would. I mean, come on, man. I don't know, Jose, but the rest of us are married,
right?
You know?
Right.
One, depending on where she's at in her life, financially working. That's now you got combined.
Well, yeah.
Or believe me, you could be living. You, Dave, Reggie, y'all motherfuckers could live great down here when y'all retire. I'll tell you this, guys. Y'all could live so much better here that your old asses should be tapping out at 62.
Right.
That's another thing I try to tell people. Everybody said, well, you know, I'm going to get X amount when I'm 65. X amount. But you're not doing the math. Let's just use even numbers, guys. Let's say your check's going to be $2,000 a month. Shits and giggles, $2,000 a month.
Right.
That's $24,000 a year. Right?
Right.
That's $48,000 every 2 years.
Right.
$72,000. You're giving that money back to the government in order for you to get a $100 raise.
Yeah.
Really? That's some math that people look at you and say, man, that's some bull. No, it ain't bullshit. Do the math. I'm not a math magician, guys. I know numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
And the geometry and all that shit. I know numbers.
Right.
I don't have to do that, unfortunately, because when I got disability in the military, I went and whatever. But believe me, guys, if you're getting a retirement and you tap out at 62, you motherfuckers could be living large. Right here in North Carolina.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. It's
believe. Now, as long as you don't go to Raleigh, Charlotte, Salem, you know, those places. But between the guys that I know, you, Dave, and Reg, man,
telling you, man,
I'm gonna get a decent retirement check.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, guys. I don't recall in all my years in the military, and I've seen a million people retire, that one guy came to me and said, Dom, you know what? I'm retiring. I'm moving up north. You
You don't hear that shit. Whether it's the cost of living,
right.
You don't normally hear that.
No.
So for you guys, man, God willing, I'm still alive when y'all do retire.
God willing, brother.
Hopefully.
Yes, you will be. You will
trust
be.
me, guys. The more you give, the more they take. You know,
that's true.
Do the math, guys. You may, because you can do it now. I know y'all know that, right? Y'all could get your projected paycheck.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Y'all can do that now.
Yeah, of course.
And then you could see like 62, 63.
Right.
When you do the math, guys, I'll tell you this. Again, I had a little rougher career than most. Okay. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in the business of giving shit back.
Right.
Because I gave too much and didn't get a lot back.
Exactly.
So I ain't giving shit back, guys.
No.
Sorry.
No.
But there's so many things. Like, trust me, you could get, like, even where y'all live. This is a goofy thing, guys. Who's your electric company where y'all live? Con Edison?
Con Ed.
Look at their stock. I don't know what I'm saying. Look at their stock.
Yeah.
The motherfucker's been around since I was a kid.
Yeah.
Or got that right.
Buy a couple of shares of that shit. Where they going, guys? You think they're going
Nowhere.
Nope.
I knew AT&T wasn't. And then, guys, when I did that back then, there wasn't no mobile shit. Remember AT&T, fucking phones?
Right. Yeah. Right.
Wasn't no mobile shit.
It's funny what you was talking about. The next one that you want to talk about, my son actually bought into that stock that started that GPT chat stuff.
Oh, wow.
And he bought that when he was 18 because he got into that because, me being me, I'm a single father and I pretty much raised my children.
Okay.
So we spoke about financial literacy and I told him, listen, you're going to get an opportunity that I didn't get. I was busy out in the corner doing dumb shit at your age.
Right.
So I had to build my money another way.
Right.
I'll prefer you guys build your money another way. And if you can do that, do it. So my son getting his, birthday money, any little money he had, he was, your dad, I bought this stock. I bought that stock.
Wow. Nice.
And then he also did it for his other brothers and sisters. So he pretty much had set them up.
Wow.
They got a pretty good portfolio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, listen, I set the foundation for you guys to keep on building the house.
For sure.
Now,
I like that.
Yeah.
I always say, one day, hopefully next week, y'all will finally get a chance to meet the guy I always talk about, my son.
Yeah.
I hope so.
Y'all remember a year or so ago, I lost my oldest son.
Yes.
So me and him have actually gotten, but that motherfucker, not only does he make great money,
right?
He got away from all the dumb shit. Like when y'all see him, I think I showed y'all pictures.
Yes.
And I'm not saying it because he's my son. Handsome as a motherfucker. He makes good money, drives a nice car, but he don't spend money on shit. When I go visit that motherfucker, I'm buying dinner, I'm buying tickets.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Go 600 miles to get there.
Right.
Yeah. My car.
Yeah.
But he learned real quick from watching me that, okay, I might make $150,000 a year.
Right.
One, am I always going to make that?
Right.
I'm like, son, I can't answer that question for you. He works for a great company. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I said, I can't answer that question. So whatever your plan is, stick to it, because he's actually thinking about buying a house in, it's on the outskirts of Raleigh.
Okay.
Because he never works from the office no more.
Right.
It's totally remote travel, California, Vegas.
Right.
So he can buy a fucking house anywhere.
Right.
And where he's finally catching on. Again, this is where financial literacy comes from. Okay, this might be paradise to you now where he lives. I sent y'all pictures on the water, ninth floor, beautiful townhouse.
Gorgeous.
But it's too expensive. And he started doing the math. Man, Dad, I could get a 20-something hundred square foot home in Cary, North Carolina. And I'd pay maybe $1,700-1,800 a month. But it's mine, it's a fucking house.
Right. Exactly.
He got a kid. He ain't married.
Okay.
So I started, I don't never talk when he talks. I be just, of course, we would love it. He's our only son, 45 minutes away. All right. But again, this is him thinking, not me, not his mother.
Right.
And it's a great thing. Like, how old is your oldest son, Dave?
Oh, he's 32. He'll be 33.
How old?
He's 32.
Okay, Dominic is 35.
Mm-hmm.
But he did a lot of this shit, first on the fly. He used to be a sous chef. He was always in the food.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And then one day, he got a break from a friend of mine that worked for this big construction company.
Mm-hmm.
He got into payroll. Then he became that manager, and they got a great retirement plan because my buddy who lives in Cali, he did 30-something years with them.
Okay.
So he came out, fucking great.
Yeah.
But again, this is the hard part of telling kids that.
Yeah.
I know it sounds like eternity when you say 20 years, 25 years. It shit sounds like.
It does.
But it seemed like yesterday, guys. One,
it does.
They're retired 10 years, maybe. 10, 11 years. That shit went by like the 21 and a half years went by.
Right.
Especially after 9/11.
Yeah.
Like never stopped moving. It was just.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it was 2009 and I was retiring.
Yeah, man.
These young kids, they don't.
Yeah.
They don't grasp that shit.
They don't grasp the whole totality of it all.
No.
There's a couple of other things that are happening with these young kids because I think many of them are very wise in some cases because there's so much more information available to them.
There you go.
And I work with a lot of young people, but there's two things right off the top, and they're on opposite sides of the spectrum. On the one hand, you have those that have gone to school, set up themselves in career, but they are buried by debt.
Yes.
Exactly. So I have a lot of young teachers, that work with me, and many of them, they live 3-4 in an apartment because the prices here in New York City
it's crazy.
Just insane.
It's crazy.
Or they're living at home, so it's a lot different than it was 30 years ago when we were that age. The other side of it is they have a lot of young people who don't believe that they are going to live to be old. And that's sad, but it's a reality for them. I mean, when I was a teenager, we didn't see death like that.
No.
At least I didn't have, but these kids, it seems like every week they're talking about somebody that they know that just got killed, who are all under the age of 20. And so for them, the idea of being 50, being 55, 60 years old, is something that they don't even believe in many cases that they're going to make it that far. So the idea of saving for a life that won't be there, that's a mindset too. And it's sad. It's sad, but it goes into a whole nother conversation. But so I think those are two opposite sides of the spectrum. You have the professionals that are buried with debt, and then you have the ones that don't see their lives extending that long.
Can I piggyback off what you just said, especially in regards to the professionals? Because I work at a law firm, corporate, big law firm, different law offices around the world. Okay, I see these young professionals, these attorneys and whatnot, and again, buried in debt. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, they will be together, like room together. There'll be 3 or 4 of them because the prices, they're in Manhattan because they're close by my job, which is on Lexington Ave, in the 40s. So they're like a few blocks away for the most part. You understand? And the money, the average rent in New York is like $3,500, $3,600 a month. That's average.
That's average.
Average in Manhattan. Okay.
And that's lower.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn is no better anymore.
No, it's not. Brooklyn is right behind.
Yeah.
Okay. Brooklyn's right behind. So you get all these you get a group of like 3 or 4 all together. They're making good money. But again, that debt, that loan debt, they got to pay that off for the first few years of their career. It's still a joke.
Yeah.
It's still a joke. You know what I'm saying? And as far as the young people, people, those are the guys that went to college.
Right.
What I see the genius in the entrepreneurship of our young people.
Yeah.
Like those that don't, they say, well, I'm not built for college, but they're built to run their own business.
Yes. Yeah.
And they get it done. They get it done because again, they're more privy to the information that's on the internet, and they take it and they run with it.
Yeah.
As Jose, your kid, your son is an example of that. I'm not saying I don't know if he went to college like that.
No, he didn't want to go to college. That wasn't for him.
Well, then that's exactly what R is talking about.
Yeah, exactly. You know, he went and he had the foresight to do what he had to do and be involved in stocks and whatnot. He invested. He put your kids, his siblings on, so to speak, and set them up for financial. You know,
is it too many people? We almost touched on it last week.
Mm-hmm.
Do you always got to have that mentality of the more I make, the more I spend? Shouldn't there be like an example?
A lot of it depends on how you're brought up,
right?
And what do you follow?
Right. We all come from basically the same walks of life. We didn't have
pretty
all
much
this fancy stuff we have now.
No.
Okay, so again, I'm in probably a different boat than y'all. I get paid once a month. All my checks are once a month.
Right.
And it was hard that I had to figure out. Okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay, and I'm dealing with somebody else now, a wife. Okay, honey. You know, even numbers. Okay, honey, all the bills are paid. We got $1,400 a week for 4 weeks because we ain't getting paid no more. So I'm just using like even numbers.
Yeah.
That's the man. And because I say that, again, I was never that yearly guy. I never knew how much I made a year, but I knew how much I made a month.
Right.
Now, I always say, if you spend $1,500 this week, that means you took $100 from next week. My point is, because you have this much, don't mean you got to spend this much. That's where we all get. Again, example, my son. You don't ever hear him say I make $150,000 a year. The only thing he says is I got a nice car. I'm curious, you know, like I said, I go visit him. I'm always buying shit. I'm like, what the fuck? What's this guy do with his money?
Yeah.
He must have a hell of a savings account. And you know what? One day he blurted that shit out when he was thinking about buying a house. I'm like, well, you know, Dad, I'm at least up to right now. I could put 20-25% down. I'm like,
wow.
No wonder why this motherfucker ain't buying no hamburgers.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. There you go. Because it's in the savings.
Buy a sandwich, motherfucker.
It's in the savings. Right. It's in the savings. That's right.
But again, it's him. And of course, he lives in Florida. In the state of Florida, he's paying an arm and a leg for child support. You know, he is paying a fucking arm and a leg.
Right.
So that already comes out. Okay. But I'm proud of him, don't get me wrong. But I also be thinking, I know what I just said. I don't want to be a hypocrite. Because you make this much, you should spend. I mean, damn, Dominic, you're making this much. Can you? Can you buy a brother a fucking hamburger, a soda, some wings?
You know, it's funny because I can sit here and be honest with you guys. Listen, until like recent years, I was lousy. Budgeting was not my thing. I'm not gonna even lie to you.
I'm with you. I was just saying.
I could be honest and say that I was horrible. Horrible. You understand? But
you learn.
Yeah.
I think you learn. I think for many of us though, the idea of the American dream tied to finances, and we're always being sold something or pushed something. Yeah. And this is what it looks like to live a happy life. And it's easy to get sucked into that. Because you look at things when they're bad and you tie it to, well, if I had this, if I had that, and then so you get a little money and you try to, instead of paying yourself,
you start flexing.
You start flexing, and then we do it for other people as much as we do,
for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna they haven't seen me in a while. I'm gonna kill them with this. You
Man,
know,
man, guys, when I was
For sure.
I never really get into what I did, but when I was a young soldier,
right,
and I started, getting up there in the rank, man, I used to say, man, we need to jump more because you get jump pay.
Okay,
right,
and that it started at maybe 100 something, and as time went on, maybe 200 something a jump. Then I started thinking, damn, these motherfuckers are cheap. The more it went up, the less jumps we made.
Right.
And you don't get paid extra when you jump in combat. It's just your fucking job. Just jump in, do what you got to do, and get out.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
But, man, guys, that 100 something, 200 something dollars, I was a young buck.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, shit. I had me a brand new motherfucking Volkswagen Scirocco that I know I couldn't afford, but I was chilling.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Exactly.
First of all, I was single. I didn't get married until I think after my first 4 years.
Okay.
Being in the service.
Okay.
So I'm like, man, I'm a kid from the Bronx, man. I'm
right.
And that money on the street is not a lot, but if you're living on base, if you're
right, and that's another thing,
goes a long way.
It does.
And, people used to laugh at me, Dave. Damn, man, there was an old saying in the middle, you don't miss a meal. Yeah. Hell no.
No.
Because if I miss a meal, I got to go pay for a meal.
Right.
My ass was in line 3 times.
Exactly. Yep.
That's exactly.
I went right. Line, got my meal, went back to work. Nighttime came. Then I even greeted you. I knew some females that were MPs in Germany.
Okay.
They was like, hey, Tom, why don't you meet us at the mess hall?
Right.
Like, fucking chow is over.
Yeah.
Nah, man. Mess hall for the MP stays open 24/7.
Oh,
I'm like, how am I going to eat? Just meet us there, dog. Matter of fact, it's the girl's name I saw on.
Oh yeah, I remember you. Yeah, with Matt.
Debbie Lawrence.
Right.
Yes. He's the one that hooked me up. So at this time I'm young. I didn't have a car in Germany.
Right.
I'm fucking beat feet on the other side of the post. They're outside waiting on me. Come on, Dom. Right. I said, I don't need my uniform. Come on, man. They know us. I'm like, all right. But now picture this, guys. There was times we were at the club getting, I was young.
Yeah.
Of course.
We go around the block, come back on post, say hi to the MPs, show ID. We ain't driving. So we drunk. We ain't driving.
Right.
Where do we go? Like little kids, right to the mess.
Yeah.
We're in the mess hall. Shit faced it.
Right.
And you know what? They after so long. Now they was in this unit. They weren't MPs. They were admin people.
Okay.
Right.
But the cooks knew them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, Dom, anytime, man. You don't always gotta come with them. I'm like, I feel like what do you feel like you getting? And trust me, guys, you weren't going there and getting a fucking full course meal. You getting hamburgers and hot dogs.
Right.
Anything after midnight.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
But you know what?
That's all right.
It was free.
Yep.
It was good.
It stuck to your ribs, huh? It stuck to your ribs.
They're cooking that shit right in front of you. It ain't like McDonald's. They got shit in the glass.
No.
You know what? That little shit there. And again, I'm getting 100 something, 200 something dollars for a jump.
Yeah.
Now that's a car note.
Yeah.
I'm eating free.
Right.
I ain't paying no rent.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't paying no electric. Now, trust me, the Army wasn't high speed back then.
Right.
We didn't have cable and all this shit in our room. So we had to go to the day room.
Yeah.
Watch TV there. Or I'd go hang out with that girl, Debbie. And I told you all the stories. I went to her room there and she said, you got to keep your feet on the floor. Well, where else am I going to keep my fucking feet? There's a policy if you're in a female's room, you can't be that. Right. I'd have both feet on the ground.
Right.
I'm like, all right, I can live with that when we go and eat. Because that's all we thought about back then. Come on, guys. I'm 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
It's the same like kids in college.
But that's where it started. It started with Debbie. Because she was single. She was in the service a little longer than me. And she used to always ask me, Dom, you live in the barracks. You saving money, right? I'm like, damn, I'm 19, man. I got plenty of time for that shit. He was like, all right, next time we go off post and we get some lasagna, you buying, since you don't give a shit about spending money, you buy a deal. That shit started clicking. I'm like, this motherfucker makes more than me.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But she taught me a valuable lesson.
And
that's
that was
where I
valuable.
learned between her and my mother. Pay yourself. She was an E5, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Living in the barracks.
Yeah.
You know, she had it fucking made, had a nice car.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow. We were in Germany together and Texas.
Wow.
So we was 2 different places together.
Wow.
I'm like, this is pretty cool. Neither one of us were married.
Yeah.
You know, but she taught me so many. Might have been like 3-4 years older than me. But she was like that silent financial advisor.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
There you go. There you go.
And I just looked at that little shit and said, and then, like I said, I'm getting fucking extra money for jumping out of planes.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
I'm fucking living large, guys. I'm from the Bronx, man. You know, I'm shit.
But you was living. You was living good.
Oh, I just want to make some little extra money, and but I was spending it.
But you was living good though.
Yeah.
But after
when I hit
learned,
22, guys, when I hit 22 years old, it ended. That shit ended. I started thinking, nobody thinks, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Nobody thinks. I wasn't one of those kids that played with G.I. Joes in the bathtub. Nobody that joins thinks about doing 20, 22 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
That shit's 3 at a time. You know,
Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I'll do 3 more.
Right.
But you know what I think is important is the fact that you said you have to pay yourself, be it 5, 10, whatever amount that you can afford.
Right.
That's important.
Yeah.
And it's important to learn this at a young age.
Yeah.
And this way, through the year, through the weeks, through the months, and the years, you're building.
And it becomes a way of life.
Yes.
Now, do you guys at a certain age, y'all don't think it's over for y'all to do that?
No.
Right.
No.
That's
But learn. Yeah, you're right. Because a lot of times we
tell these young people that.
Right.
Oh, Mr. Jones, I'm 24 years old.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that mean? You fucking get paid for what? Disability? You're 24 years old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I tell I have 2 daughters. My daughter, the oldest one, she's 27. I tell her this all the time. What we're talking about, I tell her, I'm like, listen, you're so young. Take advantage.
Yeah.
You need to take advantage of these opportunities. When you have your job, I keep
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I freeze?
Yeah. She lives in New York, or your kids live in New York?
Yeah. They're both in the Bronx.
In the Bronx?
Oh, the Bronx. Okay.
Homies.
Oh, yeah.
How did that happen?
The Forgotten Borough, we call it.
Yeah.
Forgotten Borough.
It just happened.
Yeah.
Wow.
But they're adult. But they're adults. You know what I'm saying? So, and I tell them, I was like, listen, one thing, and I always joke about this. I always tell them, I said, listen, you build up your accounts. You have your checking, you have your savings. If you have something that needs to be paid bill-wise, do not ever take from your savings. Never.
Yeah.
But I told them that, but I threw in this little jewel, which kills me every time. I said, if you ever need to pay a bill, you can always call me.
See, there you go. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, I was afraid that's what you were going to say.
You know what I say, R?
What's that?
If you can't afford it, you don't need it.
I should have said that.
Yeah.
I never did that to my kids. No. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're down and out.
You're not going to, right.
No, I get it. But I shouldn't have said that.
But you're not doing this shit more than once.
Because of all the things that you've said, that's what they're going to remember.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
This ain't baseball. You don't get 3 swings. One shot.
Right.
Because if you didn't learn nothing on the first swing and the miss, I'm just going to become an enabler.
Right.
We can't have that.
And
we can't have an enabler in the family.
But surprisingly, even though at first it was kind of rough, but lately it's been on point. I'm like, good.
And they both live in the Bronx, are?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Where at?
One is with they're both like, I can't think of the damn name now. Walton.
Yeah, Walton Avenue.
Yeah. Over by Mount Eden. Yeah.
Oh, Mount Eden.
Yeah.
Now, y'all remember a couple of years ago during COVID, when COVID kicked in, I went to that funeral in the Bronx.
Yeah.
Right.
Man, as soon as I wasn't even thinking about COVID because it was like something new.
Yeah.
It wasn't like blown up like it ended up becoming. But I know where it's at on Westchester Avenue in the South Bronx.
I pull up, I get in the parking lot. I'm like, man, my borough is still the forgotten fucking borough. Buildings look like they're getting ready to fall on my car. Motherfuckers hanging out outside the damn funeral home.
How about this? How about this? Remember Jerome Avenue where they did all the mechanics works?
Yes, I was just about to.
That's all gone, bro. That's all gone.
Okay.
You know what, Jose? You know what I heard else is gone? Are you from the Bronx, Jose?
I'm from Harlem, but I spent my time in Mount Eden. I've been that area.
Southern Boulevard is no longer the Southern Boulevard it was when I grew up.
Nope, not anymore.
Remember when I was a kid, it was like mom and pops. I hate to use the word Jew man. That's what he called himself. We didn't call him Jew man. He was Jewish. He called himself Jew man. He sold the Quarterfields, and my friend told me that shit's gone, dog. They got
it's all gone. It's all
stores,
gone.
and I'm like, Southern Boulevard.
So the first thing
from Hunts Point, really? He said, "Oh man, Hunts Point ain't like it used to be easy." Remember how the
what was that HBO?
I said, "No, I don't know special."
I only know because of the HBO special,
right?
Yeah, but
I don't
when you said that, I thought of the first place I thought of was Jerome, because I didn't go to the Bronx, but I used to go to the Fever 167 Jerome. Yeah. That's the only reason why I know Jerome is because, and I remember you get off the train and it was that hill.
Okay, guys, let's put our old man hat on. Me and R again are the same age, so I'm that age as a kid in the Boogie Down where I'm watching Flash. Perk. I'm watching all these dudes in parks.
Yes.
You know, and my brother Arthur was like, man, this shit ain't gonna last. It's just gonna be like disco. I'm like, I don't know, Art. This shit, and it wasn't even on vinyl then. Come on, guys. It was just some dudes in the park.
That's right.
Hanging up speakers.
Yep.
And I'm like, this shit, I don't know, Art. This, man, it's gonna be like disco, man. It's gonna be here today. God, 30 years later, me and him still was having before he passed away. God rest his soul. Right. I used to always ask him, all right, what happened to that? At that time, we called it rap. It wasn't hip hop. It was rap.
Right. It was rap.
Remember that shit you said, Art, about disco and rap? He was like, man, let that shit go.
Let it go.
Just say it. We're from the Bronx. We saw it the ground level up.
Yeah.
It was like Yankee Stadium. You know, trust me, Yankee Stadium has always been, even when I was a kid, in a shitty neighborhood.
I was surprised with the first time I went there, and I was like,
And it still is in a shitty neighborhood. They just moved it across the street. Let's be real. They took Big Roof Little League.
That was
they just switched sides of the road.
Exactly.
It's still in a shitty neighborhood. I'm from the Bronx. I told you all the stories, guys. It was easier for me to go to Shea than it was to go to Yankee. I used to walk right across the dump, get on the Q44.
Right, the Q44.
Go to Shea. We get off. Didn't take the train. Sometimes we speak on the train.
Street
and sometimes we just walk. We'd walk to the stadium.
To
get to Yankee Stadium, I had to take a bus, a train. You know, when they're coming. We didn't have no schedule. You remember, guys? We didn't have no schedule.
Absolutely.
You didn't say, "Oh man, the 40 bus is going to be here in 6 minutes." No,
you just start running. You know. So we used to get that. It's that vibe that we get. That like Spidey says. You know, I think the train is coming. I think you know we don't get that, and you start to run.
And again, guys, being from the Bronx and going to Shea, and I lived in a good neighborhood in the Bronx. You're wrong, but going to Shea was like, man, we moving on up. You know, we're in this big ass open field called Queens, called Flushing. Shea Stadium's out in the middle of nowhere.
All of a sudden things just start brightening up. I mean, you're in the Bronx. Wow. Like I think the Bronx was the only place that they didn't notice about the air quality.
Oh,
no. It was like, what? This just looks like Wednesday.
Again, Dave, I get out my car. Get out my car in the funeral home. And it's been about, I went there before I retired. So it had to be about 11 years since I had been back home.
Okay.
And as soon as I parked my car, I was like, still a forgotten borough.
The difference is
I said that we was kids. That's what we used to say about the Bronx. It was like the forgotten borough.
Yeah.
Like I said, we'd go to Queens and we were like, Fucking air smelled different.
Dom is out there. Little Dom is choking. What is this? It's air.
Like, what is this? Where did we go?
I don't smell smoke.
So we had to sit. Y'all remember Shea Stadium?
Of course. Absolutely. Oh my God! I was
like
in
the upper deck. You could see the pilot.
We live like
the pilot be waving to you and shit. We're up there.
David and I lived like roughly like a 10-15 minute drive away.
15 minutes.
Y'all grew up in Queens.
We grew up blocks from each other. So like if I go to the ball game now, it takes me longer to get out of the parking lot than it does to get home.
And it's
once
always
I hit on the Grand Central.
Now, where do y'all live now?
So I'm still I lived in Brooklyn for 25 years, and then I came back in 2012. So I've been back home. I'm in the home that I grew up
in Queens.
Yes, I'm in.
And where you live, Art?
Rosedale, Queens.
Yeah, so he's
so y'all both live in Queens.
Yeah.
Y'all got that good fresh air.
Fresh. So we were choking last week. We were like, "What is this?"
Exactly.
I'm serious, guys. I was a little kid. I was maybe 14, 15. I smoked a lot of weed when I was a kid. For anybody out there watching, whatever. But that's what we did it for. We remember, guys. We used to get the little ticket off the milk. Had the little milk carton ticket. We'd get the ticket, get on the bus, go to Shea, pay out, sit all the way up top, smoke back, wave to the plane.
So that was you I smelled when I went to the
For me, growing up, I did that in the bleachers in Yankee Stadium. I was a bleacher crew, so they used to burn it down over there.
You guys,
$7 tickets. $7 tickets.
$7 tickets.
You sat up top in Shea. Them players were like this big.
Let me tell you a story. But now I sat in the upper deck at Shea many times.
Ooh.
But I never knew that there was a row Z. So I have to tell you, one time it was. You remember when? What was it? 99. When the Mets had to win and Cincinnati had to lose, so they played that special wild card game. So it was that Sunday, last game of the season. I took my son and bought a ticket the same day. The only seat was up there in row Z. And I was like, damn, I never even knew that. So it was like behind me was, you could see Manhattan. So we're up there. And when the Mets won it in the ninth inning, I remember I had my son, I picked him up and almost fell over.
Oh my God.
Because I felt like, and the stadium was like shaking. Because that's the thing. Shea used to actually move.
Yeah.
And so with everybody stomping and everything like that, but I literally almost like fell over with my son.
Oh my God.
And I'm at the top of this thing. So
you got that nice breeze behind you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yes. Summertime when it's hot and humid, because Shea, it was like heat would get trapped in certain areas. So if you were up top, you got that breeze. It was a really
guys.
Nice
I think I told y'all the greatest thing I ever seen. I forgot how old I was. 1977. Reggie hits the 3 home runs.
Yeah.
And I was there.
You were there. I remember watching on TV.
The stadium was like, when he hit the third one, I was like, all right, we got to go. Me and Art, little kids, we got some cheap ass seats in the bleachers.
Wow.
When he hit that third home run, I was like, and remember, that's when Yankee had got remodeled. It didn't,
right.
It wasn't brand new.
Because 76.
Reopened in 76.
Right, because they were at Shea.
To the Reds.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, damn, all right, they might not have bolted all this shit down.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
The old Yankee Stadium had all the beams.
Yeah.
Now they ain't got beams. I'm wondering what's holding this shit up now. It was beams. Now there ain't no beams. That third home run and that stadium started.
And it was steep.
I was like,
hell yeah.
Upper deck at Yankee Stadium was steep.
Yeah, but we're in the bleachers.
Yeah.
We're like across from the, what do they call that black thing?
Because that's where he, that's the other side. That's where he hit the third one, isn't it?
One of the home runs he hit the fucking block.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there going crazy. When he got up the third time, I'm thinking, all right, I'd love to see the celebration because we're just about in one. This might be it. We're going to win the World Series. That mother got up the third time. When he was getting up,
wow.
When he hit the first pitch,
Yeah, first pitch because he hit him. Yeah, first pitch.
He hit all three of them. Was on
He hit home runs on 4 consecutive pitches because the day before he homered.
Next year, he hit one. Remember?
Yeah.
Opening day in '78, he hit one.
Yeah.
We're sitting there, and I'm like, and we're kids. I'm like, I don't think that we've seen this. Y'all seen this when y'all were kids.
Yeah.
Everybody runs on the field.
Yeah.
I'm like, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
No. I remember when I was real young, guys, we used to be able to go through the field. Used to walk
Monument Park.
through the field. Yeah,
Monument Park.
They opened up the center, left center, right center, and you would go out to 161st Street. Like, damn, Art. Reading the names. Damn, these motherfuckers must have really been great. They buried their ass on the field. They buried this motherfucker right.
Yeah, because at one point it was on the field.
Yeah, at that time they were on. They would hit the balls to center field.
Yeah,
and it would go behind the monument. You had to go back there. And,
you got the one with what is it? Bucky Dent right in between the monuments trying to get the ball.
Me and Arthur decided I think we jumped the gun. The guy didn't really catch the ball yet for the third out. They were playing the Washington Senators.
Okay.
I'll never forget it. So we see it's going to be the third out, regular season game. We're going to go across the field and go home. Ball's in the air. We thought he caught it. We go to hop over the railing by the visitor dugout. This dude comes out the Senators dugout, and he just kept coming. Hey, get back in your seat. He turned around. Guess who it was? Frank Howard. I don't know.
No, big Frank Howard. Yeah,
who was about 8 feet tall, man.
Who was also one of the nicest guys.
But the way he said it to us, Dave, y'all need to get back in your seat.
Yeah,
I almost did one of those Olympic backflips and shit to get back up.
Oh yeah. He was.
But you're right, Dave. He was a sweetheart because
he was one of the nicest guys.
Ball,
yeah,
he eked out the dugout and said, "Go ahead."
Oh wow!
Should we go, man?
Yeah.
Beat us up.
Frank,
we hopped over. He just looked at us like.
I remember
his eyeballs followed us.
Oh, he was huge. I remember when he was on the Mets coaching staff.
Oh yeah,
and he used to come out after the games out of the diamond exit, and he talked to fans for like hours. He just talked. And people, wanted to talk about old time baseball and stuff like that.
Dave,
he was just that kind of guy. Yeah. He was like Aaron Judge,
Yeah. And I'm a little kid, guys. I mean, I didn't really start growing until I was maybe 16.
Yeah.
So my little years, I was like real short.
Yeah.
I'm telling you guys, he came out the dugout and he just kept coming, like he was growing before our eyes.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck? He turned around. I was like, that's that Frank Howard guy. He looked at us. We hopped back over. Then he told us, go ahead. He made that. Go ahead.
Yeah, he made it.
But that was crazy. Yeah. Can you imagine that today?
No.
But that's how it was at Yankee Stadium.
Yeah. It was good times.
Definitely good times.
You know what I'm saying?
I missed that shit. And I still ain't been to the new one, so I'm running out of time.
I haven't been to the new one either.
Yeah, I've been there. I've been to the new one.
I'll tell you what, guys, before we go. I watched both games this year with the Yankees. That stadium out in Queens. I'm a Yankee fan. I heard and I've seen. I've watched all the games.
I haven't.
MLB.
Oh, you haven't been?
Nah.
I heard the game.
I heard it's great.
I'll pick you up.
All right, cool. I've heard it's great. I've been to the state a few times.
It really is.
Yeah,
and you can walk all the way around. I like that.
Wow.
You can.
It's open air, ain't it?
It's open air. So because the problem, Shea, all of the concessions were under the stands, so they were the same side as the stands are. So you can't see the game because
and you couldn't breathe.
You couldn't breathe. But now everything's like open air, and the concessions are open, so you can turn around and see the game.
Wow.
I heard they have real food, Dave.
Oh, no, they got shirts. And every month they switch it up to the hot pastrami. That line for the hot pastrami is delicious.
Wow.
Yeah.
They say they got real bona fide chefs.
No, they have actual chefs. Yeah.
Sure.
And what they did was they took a lot of the eateries in Queens New York City, and they have like their own stands there, their own concession stands there.
Okay.
So you can get like there was like a famous deli in Corona or something like that, and they had an actual place in there in the stadium.
Wow.
So you can really get tastes from all around. And Queens is one of the most diverse places in New York City. They have representation from all over the world. So they get the
Dave,
if I ain't
mistaken, Dave, you went to the Atlanta Stadium last year.
Yes.
That's a beauty.
I like that.
That's a beauty.
Yeah, that was really nice there.
It's like they put the city or
it's like a whole like entertainment thing around, and there are
and
like
it's not
condos.
in Atlanta no more.
No, it's not. It's
Marietta.
not. Yeah, right, Marietta. So it's everything is close, but it's like you're in a whole different. Because a few years ago when they first opened it, it was the off season, and I drove over there just to see what the stadium looked like, see it in person. So this time last year, it was it was May of last year. I went, and it was beautiful. And I have to tell you, as much as the Braves and the Mets have this rivalry and stuff like that, some of the nicest fans.
Oh,
I was in a section, right where the Flash, the freeze guy, he ends up, the race, and there was the runner for that day. His family came and to our section so they could see him finish, and he beat the freeze, and it was just a really nice baseball experience. And then I didn't, they were playing San Diego. And I told him I'm from New York. I'm a Met fan. I just came down here. Really nice people.
Wow.
Yeah.
And the one last thing I end on. One of the most. I mean, you had to get caught up in it when they do the chop, and they cut the lights out. The main lights of the stadium are cut out, and it's just like the auxiliary lights that are going around, and you hear that Then they get into that the tomahawk truck and everything. That is an experience.
Yeah.
I mean, you can really get caught up in that.
This is why I got to go to Citi Field.
Yeah.
Because right now, Oracle Park, which I still consider Candlestick.
Yes. Yeah.
And Atlanta.
Yeah.
Are the two best stadiums I've been to.
Yeah. I want to see Pittsburgh. PNC, was it still PNC?
I've been there. I've been there. When I was stationed in PA, I went there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Matter of fact, guys, I told y'all this. Y'all don't live that far from it. There's a place in Pennsylvania called Wilkes-Barre Scranton.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yankees minor team place.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a little baby Yankee stadium.
Wow.
Yeah.
I went there when it first opened. I was getting ready to retire when the Yankees finally moved there.
Yeah.
It's like a little mini Yankee stadium.
Wow.
Great little cheap prices. But Candlestick, Atlanta, even Miami. I'll put Miami. That's a pretty nice stadium. You been there?
I saw it from the. Remember, guys, I said last year I was down in Miami and I sent pictures driving by it. So I'm going down there. I'm actually going to Miami next month, and I bought my tickets. So,
This guy tries to tell me, Don, man, they don't open the roof. They hardly ever open. I'm like, shit. You know how it is in Florida in the summer. And meanwhile, it's 116 degrees. Yeah, I wouldn't want to open the damn roof either.
I'm looking for. I've never been to an indoor baseball game before.
But I'll tell you what, Dave. What really set it off, because I was looking for it because I thought it was goofy. Yeah. That big.
I was going to say that structure, that sculpture,
and the fish tank. All that's gone. All that is gone. It looks like a regular baseball stadium.
Yeah.
But it's really nice all the way around, like. From the left field to right. I liked it. So I mean, I've been to quite a few stadiums, but I ain't been to Citi Field or Yankee yet.
Yeah.
And they're the closest.
Yeah. Of
all the ones I went to, they're probably the closest.
Well, when you come up, California, you gotta come up during the season.
Exactly.
So we can hit both.
All of us.
Yeah, because that would be my first. I would go to Yankee Stadium, because I haven't been to the new one.
I told you, Dave, before we go, I told you, whenever I'm there, whoever the hell is there, I'm going to see.
Oh, yeah.
I ain't going to sit there for 3 weeks. If the Mets are there,
right.
Yes,
so be it.
Well, we got to get you. we got to get you out there. And I didn't know you've never been to City Field, so we got to get you City Field. Well, R is busy. R just went to Brooklyn last season. So
and on that note, we gotta break out.
Yeah.
It's all good. But listen, I want to thank all you guys, Dom, Dave, Jose, also Reg. Thank you guys for your support. I appreciate that. We're going to do this again next week and talk some more stuff, man. So to you people in the chat room and all the other watchers, thanks for supporting and watching Untitled. Until next week, peace, love, blessings.
All right, brother.
All right.